This feels super, super deja vu-y.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Speaking of deja vu.
You went?
We're going to get into the Matrix later.
Oh! I thought you went to deja vu.
Let's try that again. No.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody, to the Huber Rebels podcast, your favorite podcast featuring two dudes talking about movies and video games and the rest of our lives. My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan.
And I had a boring week. I don't think you did, but mine was not very eventful. What did you get up to?
I had a pretty crazy week. I guess you could call it crazy. So,
I drove you to the airport again.
when we were last here, what did we talk about last week?
D23.
D23. I'm trying to, I'm losing track. There's been so much going on.
Yeah.
So, the next big thing on my plate was Labor Day weekend. What did you do for Labor Day?
I worked.
The whole weekend?
Mm-hmm.
All 3 days?
Yep.
You worked a holiday?
Yep.
Which means you got paid...
Nope.
Extra?
Nope.
For working a holiday?
Nope.
That's illegal.
I don't
Pretty
think
sure
I don't
that's
think
illegal.
It is. No. It's something
Complicated.
about full-time and part-time and number of hours and that kind of stuff.
Part-time. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Uh-huh.
Damn it. Sorry. Because that's how they got me at Nabi, was I was a temp.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you don't get overtime or holiday pay.
Right.
And I worked 13 hours on Christmas and 11 hours on New Year's Day.
Oh my... When did you quit?
Not long after that.
Yeah.
Like 3 weeks later.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was a learning experience. We'll
Yeah.
chalk it up with that. But
Okay, so I worked. What'd you do?
You worked. On Saturday. So Maya came over Friday. We were going to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was the plan. After the plan was to see it on Wednesday. But then we moved that plan to Friday. And then that Friday plan got moved to this weekend.
Why would it have gotten moved to the
because
weekend?
Maya had a lot. So her parents were coming
Oh,
back.
this coming weekend.
Yes.
Got it.
And so she was just running around like crazy trying to get everything done. She didn't get over to my house until after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We went to sleep about 1:30. Got up at 5:30 to get ready for the airport. So we got 4 hours of sleep.
It seemed like it.
Huh?
I said it seemed like it.
How did it seem like it?
I think.
What? I don't remember.
I don't know. You guys were you seemed tired.
Oh, yeah. 4 hours of sleep, and we were going to Vegas. And so I made you get up way too early because we were running late, obviously. And then you very nicely took us to the airport, and we were trying to decide. Because we flew to Vegas. I don't even know if I said we went to Vegas.
You
at
just
this
did.
Point. But normally we drive since it's very close, relatively.
Close
But
enough, yeah.
we got a package deal. We were going for somebody's 30th birthday.
A package deal, like, with the flight?
Hotel and round trip airfare.
Oh, okay.
And, however, because it was a package, they gave us that BS basic economy ticket that doesn't include carry-ons, so we had to check bags, and it's $30 a bag.
It didn't include carry-ons?
No.
I thought everything includes
Nope,
a carry-on.
That's what basic economy tickets are.
I was flying basic economy.
When did you fly? Oh, no. I'm not talking about economy. I'm talking about basic economy. It's different than regular economy. There's now basic economy, and premium economy. They're doing everything they can to rip everybody off, and until they regulate the airlines again, it's just going to continue to get worse.
Okay.
Regardless, so basic economy, they're now, I'm assuming I haven't cross-checked the data. The second I heard they created that, I was like, oh, so you're going to raise economy prices and then use basic economy as current economy prices and take a bunch of stuff away.
Right.
Which they did.
Right.
Including taking a carry-on bag, which means either you take everything you have in a backpack or a purse, or you pay $30 to check a bag. And so I was like, well, let's check a bag. But screw them. Let's share a bag.
A big one.
And pay $30 between the two of us.
Yeah.
And so we did that, and then we got it all filled up, and I was like, uh-oh, this is heavy. And so I was tripping about that, and we looked it up, and it was going to be a $100 fee on top of the $30. So $130 for one bag.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's
just to make money.
Oh, your bag is a little bit over the maximum, so we're going to charge you 4 times more.
Mm-hmm.
What? Mm-hmm. Maybe twice as much, but where do you get off on 4 times?
Their arguments, I think, are increased weight equals increased fuel.
But
cost
if you give me 50,
equals,
or if you allow me 50 and I give you 52, why are you allowed to charge me 3 times like more on top of the ticket? Like, that doesn't make sense.
deregulation. They can do whatever they want to make money,
God.
and we don't have a choice.
Right.
If you need to travel, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And regardless, we get there, and I'm just like, well, let's see how much this thing's gonna weigh, what's gonna happen. We get up there. There's 2 people helping, or there's 2 people. One person's helping somebody. They end up walking away, and this other guy's there. I put the bag up on there. I'm ready, and I'm just like, are we screwed? Because I saw that it was 9 pounds over.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 50. So it was 59 pounds, and I was like, are we screwed? And he's like, do you have any like dangerous items or lithium batteries? And I was like, no. Maya was like, we're just it's one bag for the both of us. Like we're sharing a bag. And then he's like, where are you going? I was like, we're just going to Vegas. And he's like, I didn't see anything. And I was just like, thank you for doing the right thing.
You didn't say what airline this was, by the way.
I know. United. Best United employee ever. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. And so that started off the trip pretty well.
Good.
Checked our bag. We had our stuff. We had some time to walk around. I think we didn't get anything. We were going to eat. We were meeting up with friends when we got there. We were going to eat there, so we took off on our little plane.
Oh, can I just say real quick?
Yeah.
Maya, can I apologize to you for doubting you about giving me directions? Because you were like, do you want me to tell you where to go? And I'm like, no, I know where I'm going. I've done this. And then I drove you guys into traffic, and I apologize for that. I should have let you tell me where to go because you would have gotten yourselves there a little bit sooner. I'm glad it worked out. I just want to apologize. If you ever listen to this, Maya, I'm sorry.
Hey,
Okay.
man, don't yell at her.
I am.
But
That's
it did all
how
work out.
upset I am.
But it did all work out, and we made it there. Now I'm not a huge fan of turbulence.
I love turbulence. Is that a weird opinion? I think it's so fun.
So I've been trying to retrain my brain that way.
Yeah.
Because I've experienced that, but only under certain circumstances.
I don't think I've ever experienced like crazy turbulence. So
That's why.
I don't think I have like.
That's why.
Yeah.
And I realized on this trip, and I was like, this has to be because I was traumatized once. Like, and it stuck with me. And if I try to chart that, there is a time that makes sense for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But back to this. We get on, it's a 3 and 3, and I knew it would be a smaller plane. And yeah, we took off, and it was pretty bumpy. But
The whole time?
No, just take off and.
Because it's going through
land.
clouds, right?
No, it's air.
But I think I always notice
Clouds
going through
will-
clouds will like shook the plane a bit.
It
so
will cause. It doesn't always though.
right.
So it's varied. But yes, I when I see clouds, I brace because
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a little bumpy.
Yeah.
And turbulence is completely safe. It's not an issue.
Right.
And I know that, which is why I still travel. Regardless, takeoff was pretty cool. We got some crazy. I got some really cool views going out over the ocean that kind of calmed me down. I was like, no, this is cool. Smooth flight. We're going over the desert. I'm like getting lots of cool views. And then they're like, all right, in a few minutes, we're going to be making our descent. And it's a 48-minute flight, so
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
And within 5 seconds, so you know when you're on a roller coaster and you're getting towards the edge and then you drop?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like that. He literally was like, we're going to be making our descent in a few minutes. And I like leaning back in my seat because
What?
we just went, like, to get down. They didn't make another descent like that.
Uh-huh.
We then just gradually went down. But that first one was like, shh. I was like, whoa, oh, that's okay.
Weird.
That's interesting.
That's really weird.
And so I forget what I was playing Pokemon on my Switch the whole time. There's a kid next to me. He ended up sleeping, but he saw my Zelda case. And he's like, hey, that's a really cool case. And I'm just like, thanks. Yeah, I got it with the Breath of the Wild, whatever. He's like, you have Smash? And I was just like, yeah. And I'm sorry, I didn't want to play with him. I thought about it. I so thought about it, but Smash on a little controller is not fun to begin with. It could have worked. I could have had I was like, but he was sleeping.
Another time.
It was early.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to deal with it.
So it was you two and a kid?
Yeah, on the aisle. But I was trying to gauge as we were flying. It was as we were getting ready to land in Vegas. I was like, what angle are we coming in from? And we turned and came down, and I could kind of see the strip from the corner. I was like, oh, we're coming like sideways from the west. I thought we were going to come from the south.
I have zero clue what the orientation of Vegas is, but just...
The strip runs north-south.
Okay.
We were coming in west-east.
Okay.
And so when we came down, it was full view of the strip from the side.
Cool.
I saw the new Raiders stadium being built. I think did I send you that picture? Yeah. It was just really cool. And I recorded that and then landed in Vegas. I was like, oh, cool. A nice little video to start our trip. We got out. Our friends picked us up at the airport. We ran a couple errands, checked into the hotel, stayed at the Palazzo. Again, I've stayed there once before.
Oh, yeah.
Highly, highly recommend it.
Nice, right?
You just get that like luxurious Vegas room.
Yeah.
Without like getting a suite at Caesars or some like or the Bellagio or whatnot.
Yeah.
All the Palazzo rooms have sunken living rooms.
Cool.
It's really baller.
I like that.
And so our room, we had a view of the Wynn and the Encore, which are just gorgeous looking hotels.
Yeah.
I was really glad.
There's a big golf course back behind, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which they're going to tear out.
Ah.
And put in a tropical lagoon.
Cool.
Which will be the coolest thing in Vegas, possibly. And I'm happy we were on that side because the Palazzo's kind of got an interesting shape to it. Because if we'd been on the other side, we would have had direct view of the Trump Hotel. I didn't want to look at that.
Regardless, like, despite the name on top of it, it's the ugliest building in Vegas.
Yeah, it's because everything he owns and touches is ugly and tacky and boring and lame and whatever.
Yeah.
It was just blinding me gold as we were walking at one point. But I was really excited because I'm just obsessed with Vegas development, apparently.
Yeah.
The new hotel going in, Resorts World Las Vegas, is going to be a Chinese-themed resort mega one. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
That sounds cool.
Because ever since Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, they had a casino hotel like that called the Lucky Dragon. I think that's what it was in the game.
Okay.
I'd never been to Vegas before.
I want to play in a casino where they have those like tiles. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a lot of places, not just like an Asian casino, but like instead of chips, they have like those like big domino looking things, and they're like different colors.
I'm not super familiar with what you're talking about, but I think they'll just have regular chips. But yeah,
because can't you take chips to other casinos?
No,
you can't.
Nope.
Okay.
So they could do that. But yeah, I always assumed they had one of those resorts in Vegas or one of those hotels, and they don't. So I'm excited that they're finally putting one in. And so day one, the main event was what did we do? We ate, we got some food, we got checked into our hotel, and then I don't think I told you this. So
you didn't tell me anything.
Plan was to leave for the club at 10 p.m.
Okay. What club?
Like XS.
Where is that?
XS at the Wynn.
Okay.
Which was so awesome because it was right next door.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have to like Uber or Lyft and do all this craziness and then walk and da-da-da. It was right next door, which was so awesome. So about... I forget what we went to dinner. So we went to dinner at like 5:30, had dinner, got back up. I would say it was maybe like 7:30. Maya said she needed an hour and a half to get ready, so we were going to go meet back up with everybody about 8:30 to start getting ready. But because we'd only gotten 4 hours of sleep the night before, we were going to go take a little power nap, 8 to 8:30.
Yeah.
I had alarms set. I texted people, hey, we're going to come over at 8:30.
Some people would say the perfect nap. I'm not sure if I agree, but...
A 30-minute power nap?
Yeah.
It can do wonders
It sure can. I've never felt that way, though. I've never woken up from like a 25, 30-minute nap being like, oh, yeah, I feel good. Let's do this. I'm always like, I need more.
It's timing.
I know.
So it's all about cycle.
Yeah.
And when you wake up out of the cycle. Mm-hmm. But no, I've had...
But how do you time it?
It's random sometimes.
Okay.
But
right.
And maybe some people just respond differently to it. But no, I've taken naps and been like, oh my goodness, I'm alive again.
Yeah.
So 8 o'clock we knock out, and then all of a sudden I hear at the door, and I like kind of jump awake, and I'm like, oh my god, and I look at my phone, it's 10:04.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Which is one of the worst.
So you didn't set an alarm?
No, I set everything.
What happened?
We were tired.
You slept through it?
Yeah.
I don't sleep through my alarms.
Have to. It's the only explanation. I vaguely remembered touching something,
Okay.
but not really.
Yeah.
Also, now it's been days, so I don't really remember.
That sucks.
And I mumbled some stuff. All I'm thinking is Maya needed an hour and a half to get ready, and now she has 0 minutes. That's all I was thinking. She ended up getting ready in 30 minutes.
Nice.
Like, fully ready.
Good.
And we made it out.
So what you're telling me is girls can get ready that fast, but they choose not to.
Nope. Maya is the only girl I've ever seen that can do that. Period. It's not the first time. She's done it before. I don't know about under that circumstance.
Yeah.
But yes, props to my lovely fiance.
Good job.
I don't know how she does it.
Good job, Maya.
And so we had to be at the club at 10:40. We got there a little bit after that. What
do you mean you had to be there at that time?
Because there's a person that we're talking with, and like you got to get in there.
Okay.
So we had a table in Vegas on Labor Day weekend, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I got a table, I was like, why are you getting a table? That seems like a weird thing to have to get.
Yeah.
And then you realize because you don't get to sit down or anything otherwise. And this place was awesome. So our table, we had to pick from 3. Now, it was supposed to be 109 during the day, 100 at night. And this place was indoor-outdoor. And it had like a pool outside. I don't know if anybody swam. I know they do, but I don't know if anybody was swimming that night. They do like club pool nights and stuff. And so we ended up picking the table that was on the border
Oh my god.
of inside-outside.
I think this is where the Minecon party was.
Oh my goodness, because Dead Mouse used to be a residence at the Wynn. That sounds right.
Because I remember hearing stories about a bar or like a club with a pool. And I remember being down the strip, and I think it was the Wynn.
We'll have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure.
It was
funny.
at the Wynn, because that's where Dead Mouse was based. I just
Right.
don't know if they have multiple clubs.
True.
There's a good chance this
No,
is
but
where it was.
definitely they were talking about one with the pool. So I'm
And
pretty.
so the DJ,
let's just say it was.
The DJ's in the middle between the inside and outside.
Yeah.
So you have a group outside and a group inside. We had just an awesome spot. I was so worried about the temperature, but we did have air conditioning.
Yeah.
So the temperature was perfect.
Not like cold, but not hot. Like you're. Just,
I was worried about it being hot.
Right.
And like not being able to dance.
I'm assuming like the air conditioning didn't make it like cold inside, but just made it like manageable.
Oh yeah, it was perfect.
Okay.
Oh no, I was sweating and doing because I was going.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. So and the table we had was this huge bench where there were 3 tables. You only get one of those. And there was a reserved sign on the far left one. Those people showed up. They were cool. There was only like a few of them.
Yeah.
Nobody showed up to the second table, so we basically got 2.
Nice.
Which is crazy. There was another one next to us. Weirdest group of people I've ever seen at a club. I'm pretty sure it was a work group. You had the young people with their significant others. Then you had
The old
older people
Yeah.
that were still like turning up in the club. It was weird. One of them. So we were also right next to a pole, a raised platform with a pole.
Cool.
They were going up there
Wonder
and
what that was
doing
for.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it was crazy, and so I think we got there at 11. It wasn't that busy when we got there, and then all of a sudden you look around and you're like, oh my goodness, this place is packed. We ended up, so 2 things. They played Lion King, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Second time I've heard that in a club.
Really?
Yeah, it's the generation.
Yeah.
They know we're all out there, so they're playing it for us, and everybody goes crazy.
Or like the opening song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The iconic one. Yeah, the other ones would be a bit weird.
I'm trying to think
Hakuna
of...
Matata.
Yeah, I
that
know.
you wouldn't.
Yeah,
you'd
no,
be
I'm
like,
just-
what's
I'm just
happening
wondering,
here?
yeah.
But when all of a sudden you hear that, everybody gets into it.
That's
so
cool.
good. So they played that. I lost my mind though, and I didn't even hear it at first. But one of the people that was with us was like, "Hey, they're playing Zelda," and I was like, "Oh my god!" It was the Zelda like one of the techno Zelda remix songs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was the coolest thing I've ever heard.
That's awesome.
That like made my night. And so yeah, that was pretty cool. So we ended up shutting the club down 4:15.
Oh my god.
Lights came on, Now, the goal of this night, we had been planning this for months, was to go all night to sunrise.
Yeah.
I've only ever done a sunrise one other time. My graduation party after high school.
Okay.
And I
Me too.
never forgot that.
Yeah, me too.
That's just one of those nights you don't want to end.
Yeah.
And that's when you stay up, when you don't want the night to end.
Right.
We did not want the night to end. So 4:15, they're like, literally you see all the security, and they're just like, all right, everybody go home. We're like, fine, okay. Thankfully, we're right next door. So I think we went back and we went upstairs. One person ended up staying behind, and then it was, hey, let's go walk around.
Staying behind where?
In the room to sleep. One person was at commission.
Okay.
They were tired. They wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And then the rest of us went and walked up down the strip just a little. Oh my goodness. When we first got out, this was probably closer to 5, got out to the sidewalk, is the quietest. Like, the silence was deafening.
Weird.
You've heard
Yeah,
that expression. And that just caught my attention. We walked down a little, and then when we were walking back, we noticed, oh my god, it's starting to get light. This was maybe like 5:30, 5:40.
I don't know if I'd want to do that in Vegas. I don't know if I want to.
It was really cool.
Yeah?
No, it was really... There was nobody out.
So, I have a weird thing where I hate being awake for the sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but, like, if I'm in my room, like, every once in a while I'll have, like, a really long night where I'm just not tired and I'm watching stuff.
Yeah.
If I see the sun start, like, if I see it start getting lighter through my windows, I'm like, oh, crap. I hate it. Like, it feels like a waste of something. I don't know what it is because I've been up this entire time, but I hate that feeling.
If I was in my bedroom, yeah. But being
no,
Vegas?
regardless. No, and yeah, maybe, because I haven't done that. But I hate being awake when the sun is coming up.
What it is it's when it's a special night, and you don't want the night to end.
Yeah,
because
that I get that.
So at the same time, we went back up to somebody else's room that had a perfect view, and it was like just glowing. Nobody else has any sense of direction, so I'm like, no, the sun's gonna rise over there. Yeah, and so we did that, and then we ended up crashing around 7 and waking up at 9.
How?
We napped, and we were just wired. Regardless, that was a lot of fun. We made it to the morning, then we got up, we went and got breakfast, we went to the pool, we got and then this was Sunday. We got breakfast, we went to the pool. I was just gonna say, it is a little weird waking up and you're like, oh, it's today, but I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever, we can sleep at the pool later. Like, we'll be fine. Got breakfast the next day, went to the pool for a few hours, which was cool. Then we went to Fremont Street later that night, which I had never been to downtown Vegas before. Mm-hmm. Have you?
Yes.
I'm never going there again.
I was there during the day. Didn't really bother me, but...
Yeah, I'm never going there again.
Is that the place that has the burger where if you're, like, over so many pounds, you eat for free or something?
Maybe.
There's, like, a burger place at the end. Yeah.
Probably, and that makes me never want to go there again. But one cool thing, so they have zip lining along this, like, Fremont Street, which is kind of cool. I forgot one crazy part of the story.
Okay.
We're in the Uber.
I'm going to have to, like, name this the Vegas episode or something.
We're in the Uber, going to Fremont Street, and we had a very interesting driver. She had a lot of energy. She was kind of crazy. Somehow, the Disneyland fight came up. The really bad Disneyland fight in Toontown.
Don't know about this.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Well, Maya and I hadn't seen it. You haven't seen it? It's gonna blow your mind. It's disgusting.
Okay. When?
I don't know when it happened.
Okay.
But it's been all over everything. No, just because you're so in sync with Disney, I'm surprised. Like,
not lately.
So
I haven't been in forever.
Our driver said, she's like, I don't really want to go to Disneyland after seeing this fight. Like, so basically, a sister spit in her brother's face, and then he proceeded to beat the crap out of her in the middle of Toontown.
Okay.
And there's kids screaming and crying, and it made me want to throw up. It was so upsetting.
Yeah.
We hadn't seen the video, so while she's driving on the freeway, she pulls it up on YouTube with her other hand and puts it there, and we watch it in full volume with people screaming in the sound of the car.
Oh my god.
It was very upsetting.
Yeah.
And then we got there, and that was kind of the scene in downtown.
I'm gonna say that's an outlier of Disneyland events.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
And they're
like-
gonna make sure that never happens again because security took security forever to get there.
Really?
Like they needed to be there within 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And this went on for like 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
That's not okay.
Well,
Period.
that's weird because I mean, there's people around like all
Yeah.
over the place.
I was shocked. We'll watch the video so you can see. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I can't think what I was gonna say.
Fremont Street.
But what if there was something else? Oh, so she told us there was a concert going on, a free concert that night. So this would have been Sunday night, and it was some '90s hip hop rapper or something. She couldn't remember who it was. We didn't ended up finding out who it was. We ended up walking down Fremont Street and see the crowd. There's a stage. Right as they introduce him, you were never gonna guess who it was. And I didn't.
Do I know who it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't believe it at first. When I heard it, I took a picture. So I think I have a picture of him. But I think he was also wearing like a hoodie and
Can
a
you give
mask
me a
and
clue?
stuff.
More than 90s.
A scent and a flavor and a state of a substance.
A scent and a flavor are together,
Part
or
one and the part two is a state of a substance.
okay. State meaning like frozen, solid, or liquid. Okay. So. Vanilla ice.
Yeah. Props to anybody who may have gotten that before him. I think that was a pretty good
No, but
clue.
honestly, that I was thinking that, but I was thinking frozen, not ice.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
I was
I'm
throwing me
happy
off.
you said frozen.
Because the first thing you said when you said scent or flavor was vanilla, but then you said, I'm like, vanilla frozen? I'm like, I'm just going to throw out vanilla ice and see.
Vanilla Ice was there apparently, and people were going
Okay.
crazy.
I was thinking of someone younger.
So he was the last person I would have thought of. So
Yeah.
that was a thing that was happening, but it was just weird down there.
Yeah.
I got to see the Golden Nugget,
Yeah.
which is a famous one down there. They have like a beach on the inside or a pool on the inside surrounded.
Inside?
Yeah, it's inside the hotel, and the glass like goes. It's not a beach. I think
Dude,
it's just a pool.
dude, the thought of an inside beach just made the inside of me crawl. I don't know why I hate that so much.
Not an indoor beach.
Because I hate beaches to begin with.
Was it
So
indoor?
like having one inside, I want to kill myself.
All I know is while we were walking through the casino, there's glass walls and just like a whole bunch of like lounge chairs surrounded by a pool. Not where I would want to be. But and then they have a famous like aquarium full of sharks and fish and all this crazy stuff. I was like, that's kind of nuts. But regardless, so that was Fremont Street, and then Maya and I were just like, we are never coming back down here. Maya didn't know it existed. I was like, don't worry, we're never coming back. And headed back to the strip. We still hadn't eaten dinner at this point because we ate breakfast at 2:00. And we were gonna eat at Claim Jumper first we were gonna do buffet, but the buffet was $80 and an hour wait. And we were not hungry.
There's a reason you and I ate at a buffet like 45 minutes outside of Vegas and not inside Vegas.
Oh my god. We did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
With your dad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they're ridiculously expensive. And not even always that good.
So what I'm going to do, though, because I still haven't done a legit Vegas buffet,
Yeah.
is I'm not eating the whole day.
Yeah.
I'll eat a banana in the morning, and I'm getting my $80 worth.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'll stay there for 3-4 hours. I'm dedicating time to
The
that.
Luxor has a cool one.
Okay. I still
I
want
don't necessarily think the food is like superb, but
Yeah.
the atmosphere is cool.
We were going to do the Win one. So again, it was next door. And so it's $60, $20 if you want to cut the line. Which just seems like such a shady business practice.
So $80 if you want to cut the line? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it just seems like you're artificially making this so that you incentivize people to pay the extra $20.
Right.
I don't... It was the same feeling I had when I was gambling this time. I didn't really do it.
What'd you do? What'd you play?
I did a little bit of slots and a little bit roulette on the last day. I lost everything I played. I wasn't into it. The entire time I was playing this time, all I was feeling the entire time was, this is rigged against me.
Yeah.
This is rigged against me.
Yeah.
This is rigged against me. Usually I'm like, but it's fun, so it's fine.
That's why I like poker.
Yeah,
And
that's a good
I
point.
don't even know if poker in a casino, I don't know if you're playing against like the
Other
house.
people. You're playing
It's
against
other people, right?
Yeah.
So then it's just a game they're
Yeah.
playing.
That's true.
And it's not like rigged against
then
you.
you
And I
have to
like
be
that
good.
more. Sure, but it's at least
I get you.
fun.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
No.
like it takes some skill on your part.
I've enjoyed playing games every time I go.
Yeah.
But I just had this overwhelming feeling of I'm gonna lose.
Right.
I can't win.
Right.
And I that's why I was like, I'm not in it this time. I just wasn't
like,
the
you-
right mindset.
You might get your money back, but unless you like essentially win the lottery,
Maya won. She made a nice win.
how much?
A $44 on a one thing of roulette,
But then you gotta stop.
and then it went away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I knew it would, but I was like,
It's not like $44 is
I'm gonna-
like really that special, but
I'm gonna let her play. So I did that.
I keep trying to like I always try to think of a method
Yeah.
if I gamble. Like, okay, I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna go in with like this like amount, but like
Yep.
if I win, I need to set X amount aside, and then I'm gonna start playing again. And if I win, I set like X amount aside. So like I try to like pocket some money, but
So
I
what
can
I-
never come up with the right way.
Ideally, I say I haven't really done this because I haven't really been a single trip dedicated to gambling. It's always like, oh, let's do this, and that's not what you want to do because it goes fast.
Yeah.
you gotta have patience. You gotta move around. You gotta play it. I'm gonna be like, I got $100. Whatever money I make above that is now what I'm using. Once that's
Yes.
gone, then I call it or whatever. There's some kind of thing there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we hadn't eaten. We skipped the buffet. We were gonna do claim jumper at Golden Nugget. It was a 20-minute wait when we finally got back there. Got our seats, sat down. One of the guys is vegetarian, and communication had not been great. And so we found out we then had to go eat somewhere else,
They
which
had
I was.
no options.
No, it was like a salad, which is the same thing at every single restaurant. You get tired of that.
Sorry,
after a
dude,
while.
eat a salad.
No, I was fine with this because I was trying to spend as little money as possible.
Okay.
And Claim Jumper's still a restaurant, and we had.
I didn't know they still existed.
I didn't either. I was really excited to eat there. I'm not gonna lie, but
They have a great salad bar.
I was gonna get the chicken tender dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
it sounded bomb. But the idea that had been floated, and I really wanted to just do at this point, was Taco Bell Cantina.
Oh, I've heard of this.
They have a 24-hour Taco Bell
Yeah.
with a DJ on the strip at Planet Hollywood.
Of course you do, Vegas.
Yeah. Oh no. So we went, and you're standing in line. It's just.
That sounds so fun.
It was. Wow. Okay.
I want to
so
do that.
4 hours Friday night. 4 hours Saturday night. We were dead
Yeah.
before midnight.
Well, of partying, you mean?
Just tired.
Yeah. Oh, of sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was kind of hoping because I wanted to really sleep and sleep in the next day. But yeah, so we got our Taco Bell and then we went, and that was that. And then we got up, we flew back. I will add one more thing. The flight back was 2 seats on either side,
Oh wow.
and it was horrible.
Tiny plane.
I thought the first plane was bad.
Yeah.
This was horrible. It was, from the second we took off, it was just all over the place. I was a wreck.
Still
And-
United?
No, Delta going back.
I love Delta.
No. This is just airplanes.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Wind.
I know.
Had nothing to do with Delta.
Yeah.
And we even had one drop as we were going that even
Really?
made Maya go, oh.
Yeah.
And so what I was going to say is earlier how you said you've not experienced that. That made me realize, oh, she hasn't experienced bad turbulence before.
Right.
So of course she's not afraid of it. Of course my entire life I wasn't afraid of it because I was like, this is what flying is.
Yeah.
And then 2009, when I moved back to the States, we leave Sri Lanka. We're going to Hawaii for a few days to visit some friends before we then come home to LA. We connect through Tokyo. Have a great time in the Tokyo airport. I watch one of the press conferences from E3 that year. I
Cool.
still remember. I've got a picture of it. Have a laptop, watching the E3 conference in the airport in Tokyo. Get on the plane. It's nighttime. The worst turbulence I've ever experienced in my entire life. We went right through a storm. The plane was... It's like, I think I've mainly blocked it out, but if I try to like remember back to it, it was... I think it scarred me.
Yeah.
I think that was the one. And I've heard stories that the eastern skies off Japan is
Not good.
notable for that.
Yeah.
So that was me moving home, and then I've had issues traveling pretty much ever since.
Wow. I didn't know about that.
And so I think that might be the root of it. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
It's probably a combination of things, but we made it back. All right, what have you got?
This is really dumb.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to bring this up after talking about Vegas for that long because that sounds exciting.
No. We need a little bit of a palate cleanser.
I went to Popeyes.
I really want to hear about this because I haven't gone yet. When did you go? What day?
I don't remember. It was over the weekend.
Did you go on Sunday?
I don't think so.
Damn it. I really want... I'm only going to get one of those on Sunday.
Because Chick-fil-A's closed?
Exactly.
Right. I don't remember. So last week, my parents were out of town for like 2 days, and they had gone and told me, they were like, it's good, but the wait is insane. I didn't know about this. They were the first people that told me. Like, I didn't
tell you?
I had heard of the meme of the chicken sandwich,
But you didn't know
but I didn't
was
understand
going
what was
on,
going
yeah.
on. They told me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So one day, I didn't have work. My mom was like coming home from work. Oh, okay. So it must have been like maybe Friday or something.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, do you want to go, like, I'll give you some money. Do you want to go get some chicken sandwiches for us? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. I didn't prepare myself to be waiting outside for 40 minutes.
This is why I'm not going yet.
To get inside, see the screen, and have it say, chicken sandwich, come back later.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, what do I do? Do I go somewhere else? Or do I just get some chicken? Because I do like their chicken. I'm like, I'm just going to stay and get some chicken. Because I waited this long, I'm going to hate everything if I go somewhere else now. Like, I'm just going to get some chicken because I waited, right? And I get closer and I hear people ordering the sandwich. I'm like, oh. Is their screen just not updated? So I get up and I'm able to order the sandwich. And
They give you a ticket for 2 weeks from now. Yeah, you pre-ordered it.
Come back next year. I had heard him tell someone, a few people in front of me, it's going to take 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I've waited 40 minutes in the heat just to tell you I want one of your sandwiches. Now I have to wait 30 minutes for you to receive one. But by the time I ordered, someone who was a few people in front of me had gotten theirs. So I'm like, okay, maybe this won't take that long.
Oh, yeah.
In reality, it only took 5 minutes. So
Oh, nice.
I got the sandwiches, took them home.
You got more than one?
One for each of us.
They let you have more than one?
Yeah.
Okay.
People were ordering like 10, 15.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Dude,
It's amazing.
it's so good.
Oh, no. I saw one article, and I was like, oh, cool, somebody made a good chicken sandwich. I knew immediately. I didn't need to try it.
I won't say it's better than Chick-fil-A because it's different.
Yeah.
It is so good, though.
No, and I'm very excited to try it. Just let me throw my 2 cents out
Yeah.
real quick. I refuse to participate in any of this.
I know. And we talked about this.
I'm happy that you did it.
I hate all of this, like, fattiness.
Yeah.
But I was interested because I
Yeah.
like food. I like chicken sandwiches.
Yep.
And my dad's like, go get us some. I'm like, all right, fine. I wasn't going to do this on my own will, but, like,
Yep.
I'm glad I did.
No, that was good. That was a good. I can't do that. I'm happy you did.
It's big, too.
Yeah, so that was when I saw the picture. I'm like, that's not a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, bro.
Right.
I'm sure it's gonna be delicious, but that's not a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Their sandwich is so good because it's a piece of chicken and 2 pickles, and the bun.
Yeah.
That's why that sandwich is perfect.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, every Sunday I want Chick-fil-A. Popeyes.
Why is it it's always Sunday when Chick-fil-A pops in your head and you're like, damn.
Yeah. So I'll start going to Popeyes, but that's the only time I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And legit, if I show up and it's a 40-minute wait, I'm not waiting.
Yeah.
That's a principle thing.
However, I was playing Pokemon the entire time.
That's awesome.
So it was,
there a Pokestop there?
and listening to podcasts, like, I was fine.
Was there because that would be premier.
I don't think it was.
'Cause that's 5
I don't think it was
minutes.
close enough.
So that's 12. Oh no, because you said 40 minutes.
I could have hit it like
So 8 times.
8 times, yeah.
That's what he said. That's bonus content.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Popeyes chicken
I'm
sandwich.
definitely gonna have to try this sandwich.
For sure.
And I want to. My grandma was like, "Yeah, they're getting rid of it, or something like it's a limited." And I'm just like, one, why? Or they didn't order enough, or something.
But they're definitely running out from day to day.
It should be a permanent item. If you have something that's that
I think they'd be dumb if it wasn't.
It will. If you're trying to do this false shortage thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
I mean, I understand if you haven't like initially ordered enough stuff, but like, and especially after the craze ends, like,
you should know immediately.
just have a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
With that,
Oh my god.
we're gonna take a break.
We are gonna take a break.
Catch
I
our
need one.
breaths, and we're gonna talk about
Movies.
All right.
After the break. Hey, I'm Jordan,
And I'm Ethan.
and you're listening to the Hebrew Rebels podcast.
Thanks for listening.
Alrighty, welcome back. We're switching things up this week. We're doing movies second. We're gonna play which movie do you think I like the least?
So first off, what is this first one?
Ready or Not?
Because I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, I'll break them down for you.
I know the others, but break down my options.
Ready or Not. Let me list them first. There's Ready or Not, Angel Has Fallen, and After the Wedding. You know what After the Wedding is?
No.
Okay. So Ready or Not is, the premise is a girl is marrying this guy who's part of like a rich board game family.
Okay.
They're very rich. And they get married, and there's like this weird tradition in their family whenever anyone joins, they have to play a game.
Oh, nice.
And if the game is hide or seek, it's a random choice, then they hunt her and have to kill her by sunrise, or else they think their entire family will die.
And if they don't kill her, so nobody gets to join the family?
There's other games. So some of them play chess, some of them play tic-tac-toe.
So not every game you die.
No. Only
It's random?
only hide and seek. There's a device that chooses the game.
This is upsetting me.
Okay, so that's the game. Or that's one movie. Angel Has Fallen, you know what this is?
Yeah.
It's the third in a trilogy.
Yeah.
Olympus Has
I
Fallen,
didn't
London
ever
Has Fallen, Angel Has
think this
Fallen.
would become a trilogy, and the fact that it has...
And the third movie is called After the Wedding. It's a drama starring Julianne Moore and...
other people.
Hold on, just quick pause.
Does it matter?
Yes. And Michelle Williams. Michelle Williams is working in India. She works at like an orphanage. She helps kids, and she gets an offer to go to New York to get funding for her orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
But little does she know that the husband of the person who might fund her is someone that she used to have a relationship with. And that guy's daughter is getting married, and she gets invited to the wedding, and things kind of happen from there. Okay. Those are the three movies. Which do you think I like the least?
I don't want to do the obvious answer. Is it an obvious answer?
No. How about rank them?
I'll rank them.
Okay.
I think we did that before.
Yeah, you did that last time.
I'm going to go...
Last time you were 0 for 3.
I know, I'm going to be 0 for 3 again. I already know it. Maybe I'll eventually not be 0 for 3. From top to bottom. I'll do it in that order, so like the climax is
the least.
The least.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Angel Has Fallen, After the Wedding, Ready or Not.
Yeah, you're 0 for 3.
And so I went against myself.
Yeah. Okay. All three of these are good movies.
Okay.
Ready or Not is going to be top 10 for the year for me. It is so much fun.
I wanted to put that one on.
And it's campy, whatever that means,
Yeah.
but like it is amazingly well made.
Number 2 is Angel Has Fallen. Number 3 is After the Wedding.
Nope.
Wait, what did I say? Is that what I did the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
It's okay. After the Wedding.
So, okay, when I said obvious,
Uh-huh.
I immediately wanted to put Angel Has Fallen last. Because those movies are ridiculous.
I saw the first one in high school. It was whatever. The second one, London Has Fallen, is really bad.
Yeah.
Which
is why I wanted to
sucks.
put that one last.
This one
Better, but still at the bottom.
was a interesting premise. I saw everything coming from a mile away, but it's like a fun action movie, and it starts to make fun of itself, which
go.
I appreciate.
That you can get away with.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I want another one.
Yeah.
Because they introduce like a new character. Mm-hmm. It's kind of funny. It's like a fun dynamic. Regardless, not a great movie. After the Wedding went a different route than I was expecting it to, that I appreciated.
Yeah.
So I liked it. But Ready or Not was almost the most fun I've had in a theater this entire year.
That's pretty cool. Wow. Over Peanut Butter Falcon?
I didn't have fun watching Peanut Butter Falcon. I cherish that movie.
Okay.
Like, that movie makes me feel warm inside.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like... I mean, it's fun. Like, it's a... I don't know what I'm saying.
No, you're
Ready
good.
or Not is like thrilling. It's this is so cool. Like, I love that they made this movie.
Who's in it?
No one that I know.
Oh, perfect.
I mean, maybe someone that I've seen like one off movie or something, but like no big names.
Yeah.
It was probably low budget, honestly.
Oh, wow.
And incredibly well done.
That's awesome.
Every week, I want to have a movie that I recommend. Like go out and see this.
Okay.
Go see Ready or Not.
Nice.
I very much recommend. I would recommend it to you. It's.
I'd love to. I'm still trying to catch up.
I know. It's gory.
Oh. I'm against that usually.
But it's okay.
Okay.
It works.
There you go.
Those are the 3 movies
I'll
I
check it
saw.
out.
I also saw Once Upon a Time again at the new Beverly Theater.
What is that?
That is the theater that Quentin Tarantino owns.
Where is that?
It is on. It's okay. Well, duh. I'm an
over
idiot.
there,
It's
right?
on Beverly near La Brea. None of the streets up there mean anything to me.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
But it's a small theater.
Yeah.
But he bought it, revamped it, made it like super clean, and for every like movie that he's like showcasing, he'll put
Yeah.
up like posters and stuff. So he has posters like
cool.
that are related to this movie
Yeah.
all over the place. It
so
was
you saw
so
his
much
movie
fun.
in his theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
loved it. And he put like all of the trailers were trailers from movies that are referenced in
Okay.
the movie.
Okay. I was gonna say all his movies.
No.
That would be weird.
It was
though.
a very like catered experience.
Yeah. Wow.
It was very
Was it
fun.
a special event?
No, he's been doing it all month.
Okay.
I think like 2 a day every
Wow.
all month or something.
That's so cool.
But now that August has ended, I think he's on to like other stuff. But
Yeah.
I wanted to do that because I love this movie. So
Yeah, we're trying to find a time. I'm gonna push for Saturday.
it'll be out. I think it should be out for a while. So
Yeah.
you have time to see it. I can't wait to talk about it with you.
Schedule's opened up, so now I told Mike straight up. I was like, we got to start seeing more movies.
Because I told you when before I dropped you guys off, I don't know how you're gonna
I know.
react to it.
That's why I want to see it.
But that's why I want to talk about it
Yeah,
with you.
exactly. It'll come.
I
It'll
can't
come.
wait. Did you watch the Breaking Bad trailer?
Yes.
Movie
I did.
trailer.
I
What's-
hadn't, but then I watched it. Breaking Bad movie trailer.
I'm failing. What's it called?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. I've got it right here though. Wait, oh you don't? It really doesn't matter.
It does.
I don't care. And I watched all of Breaking Bad.
I mean, what the
I
movie is called kind of matters.
Wasn't even gonna watch the trailer.
It's called El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie.
Okay. So I was So
So yeah,
Breaking Bad's a tough one for me.
Mhm.
I watched it all, but I jumped in late. Yet
Same.
I jumped in time to watch the official finale with everybody.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't watch until it was over.
I caught up. I caught up so that I could watch with everybody. And because when did it end? It ended, I think, after I graduated and moved back, and so I was able to like watch at home with society. So Breaking Bad was one of those shows that I don't watch stuff like that.
It ended in 2013.
So I must have just. So I was still in school. I must have been home though, maybe, and I watched it. But it's one of those. I don't watch stuff like that because it just makes me feel gross and dirty.
Were you at El Camino?
No. I was at UCSD. Good try. You were.
I was.
Yeah.
I was at El Camino when I heard people talking about it. I'm like, what's the big deal with this show?
is this?
I remember a guy in my sociology class. I hated him. He was so annoying. He was like the class clown. But he would just talk at the top of his lungs to everyone in the class. Like, did anyone see Breaking Bad? Can you believe what happened? I'm like,
Hate those people.
shut up, dude. But I remember him, and
Yeah.
it kind of like sparked me into like watching the show finally
Which is so funny.
at El
yeah.
Camino.
Brandon was the one who watched it first, and then I remember him. He got obsessed with it and hooked and watched a bunch. So then I started to watch the first season and pulled back because I was like, oh, this is a bit much for me. And
Yeah.
it was like, just push through. There's some first season really brutal stuff, and
Yeah.
then it gets a little
It-
easier to digest.
It's like Black Mirror to me, where it took me a long time to get through it.
Oh well.
I would watch a few episodes and then go months without watching more.
I did that with Black Mirror. I didn't do that with Breaking Bad. I did push through it.
Yeah. Well, because you had something to catch up to.
Yes.
I was past it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't have to.
I would have done that
Rush
too.
through it.
I was trying to stay with the hype to watch the end. But it's one of those shows that makes me feel dirty. It's a show that I said I'll never watch again.
Right.
I'm not going to rewatch it.
No.
And so when I heard they're doing a movie, I was almost upset. That's why I haven't watched Better Call Saul, though. Because I just don't want to go back into that world, into that universe. It makes me just feel not good. And so I heard there was a Breaking Bad movie, and I was like, I don't want to watch this because I don't want to get into it because I don't want to go back to that place. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, I want to know what's going to happen to Jesse. Like, I want to
But-
know what's going on.
It's weird though, because I do want to know what happens to Jesse, because obviously something has to happen to him. But the way it ended, I was cool with it being sort of left open-ended.
The trailer was enough to get me hooked.
But they're choosing to give it to us.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
And
it's 2 hours. It's not like I have to watch an entire season or multiple seasons. It's not like it's a Jesse Pinkman show.
Exactly. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
That was the perfect teaser.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It was intense. Like, it doesn't give you very much.
I liked the guy and him just... the whole angle they took on that trailer of, like, even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you.
That's so cool. He's like, yeah, because, like, I know what they did to him. Yeah. I'm not going to let you guys get your hands on him.
I was super into that.
He went through hell. I'm not going to give him to the police.
And we don't know what that is, right?
What?
The hell.
Yeah.
We don't, right?
No, we do.
When? At
the end, because, spoilers.
When was he in a cage? I don't remember.
Walter had to, like, save him because he was being held captive by people and cooking for them. And Walter had to let him escape. He, like, set up some crazy elaborate scheme to kill all those people and let him out.
Wait, he was captured then?
Who? Jesse? Yeah.
Oh, because I remember the ending when he did that whole thing.
With the gun out of the... Yeah.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the best
because their
scenes
relationship
in TV.
is so tumultuous.
Yeah.
Like, they weren't necessarily friends.
Yeah.
But they were tethered, and he's like, I owe this to you to break you out.
Yeah.
I love that.
They're what made Breaking Bad so good.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. So yeah, only one other thing that I saw it with you. It was almost a stressful experience that turned out good. Do you want to explain the lead up to it?
We meant to have a third person, so we booked seats around that seat, and then somebody took that seat
in the middle of us.
And after we saw her, I'm realizing now
makes sense.
I make sense.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, a seat next
in the middle.
People.
No.
In the middle. In the middle,
sure.
Without realizing it's next to two people. But
yeah.
I would never book that seat.
But we don't know. It wasn't full, was it? The theater wasn't full.
No.
Yeah. If it had been full, I can understand, like, there's a seat in the middle. I'm getting that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't totally full.
And
whatever.
It was fine.
We got to the theater a little bit late. We weren't late for the movie, but, like, we were behind schedule. So she was there before us, and we get up to her and we're like, hey, would you mind moving whatever direction you want? But, like, we want to sit together. We got that seat. We were planning on getting that seat, but they didn't come. And she's like, oh. She seemed a little upset about it at first, right?
No, she wasn't.
No? She was cool. I like her.
She couldn't care less.
Yeah.
She was just happy to be with people.
Yeah. That's true. She was talking to the people over from us when we got there. That's why I thought she was with them, and she had to sit there because we had picked those seats the way we did. So I'm like, are you with them? She's like, no. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. But it worked out. Wait, did we say what we were seeing?
Say what we were saying?
We saw The Matrix in Dolby.
And I'm very familiar with this movie.
Yeah.
You were less familiar with this movie.
I have seen it once on a laptop.
Oh, God.
In my friend's dorm.
Oh, my goodness.
Years ago.
Yeah, no.
Well, when was it? It was probably 4 or 5 years ago.
That's yours.
I didn't remember a single thing about it. I like I told you, I remember the scene with Morpheus and the pills, and I remember Neo coming out of his weird little pod thing, and the scene at the end in the subway station. Not the whole scenes, just like snapshots of each. That was it. For some reason, that movie just escaped my brain, so I was very excited to see this again.
And I was very excited that it did escape your brain, because I love seeing movies with people that don't know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Like when I saw Star Wars with Adam, who had not, like, it was a similar thing of, like, I've seen that, but I don't really know. I couldn't tell you what's going on.
It's a new experience for you, because you get to, like, watch someone react to it.
It almost, and the other thing, I haven't seen it in a while, so I wasn't 100% on when the beats hit.
Yeah.
And I had a couple exciting moments, like, oh, that was now!
Yeah.
And not, like, later when I thought. So I got to be kind of on my seat a little bit. Edge of my seat a little bit. But, oh, man. I'd never seen it in theaters. I've seen this movie so many times, but never in theaters. And wow. I was so happy I got to see it in theaters.
It was so good.
I'm really hoping they do the next two.
Yeah.
They released this for the anniversary, which would mean they would release. I don't know.
So, I don't know if like theaters get intel like this, but I would imagine the theater had plans for this screening before they dropped the news that they were making the fourth one.
Probably.
I would think,
They're
because
independent.
like,
Those
yeah,
things are independent.
theaters don't need to know that kind of stuff. So maybe now they'll. I guess it's up to the
regardless
the
of
directors,
the theater,
right? I would think it's up to them or the distributors or whoever.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, yeah.
They may already have the plan to do the re-release,
Sure.
knowing the fourth one was coming. The theaters don't, like you said, the theaters don't need to
Yeah.
know. I hope they do though, because I have them so we can watch them.
But like, do you want to wait a little bit?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yes, because you had to wait for the next movie anyways.
Right.
And there's a passage of time, so it makes sense to wait a little bit. There's
Sure.
enough other stuff. So we'll wait. If we don't get anything, then we'll just watch them.
Yeah.
Because they're worth watching. And those two we will watch back to back.
Because you said they came out almost back to back.
They filmed them together and released them 6 months apart.
I've never heard of that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And I lived through it without realizing,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I love The Matrix. I love that universe, and I'm so happy that we're going to get to go see more about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited too, because like, I mean, like I told you, I had rated it on IMDb after I saw it the first time.
That's right.
I gave it a 7 the first time. I gave it a solid 9 after seeing it this time. I can't even really necessarily pinpoint like what my flaws are that would knock it down a point, but just it was so fun.
I would call it a 9+, which isn't a 9.5 or a 9.9. It's just a really good 9.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be a 10.
Yeah.
It almost could be, but I 9 just feels right.
It worked.
Yeah, it's just a great movie. I don't even want to say anything bad about it. I love that movie. I love that universe.
Yeah, I have nothing. I have no flaws with it, honestly.
So one of the other Matrix things that I have actually is a game. They made a game called Enter the Matrix, and I was
Enter
the Matrix.
not enter.
ENTER.
Is this like?
Yep. I told you. This is what happens.
Pin and pen.
Pen and pen.
Interesting.
I don't.
You said the same thing twice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this about you.
Enter the Matrix, and I was reading about this recently because it was one of the few GameCube games I bought to be part of my collection.
GameCube.
Yeah, PS2 GameCube. That's when it came out. Directed by the Wachowskis.
The game?
Yeah,
that's cool.
So the games were all designed to be canon.
Cool.
And to contribute, similar to what they're trying to do with Star Wars right now. They were doing that back then. And so I have this game called Enter the Matrix.
I like that because I feel like back then a game was like,
Let's
here's
make
the movie,
yes.
game.
And that is dying finally.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. A movie's a movie because it works like that. A game doesn't work like that.
Right.
They also made a game called Path of Neo, which I've never heard of, and it's literally just play his movie parts from all 3 movies. And it didn't do as well. Enter the Matrix did pretty well because it was cool supplemental material.
Yeah.
So I think I might play that after we watch Matrix Reloaded, which is the second one.
Okay.
Because it is simultaneous with that movie.
Okay. Cool.
So I thought maybe either we could play it or some combination of that.
Yeah,
so,
that'd be fun.
I thought that'd be a nice little segue into our games talk.
Yes, we're gonna talk about games when we come back from this break.
See you soon.
Hey, I'm Jordan.
And I'm Ethan.
And if you're enjoying the podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you would consider supporting us on Patreon.
For just $1, you can get access to our bonus video podcast featuring extra footage, bloopers, box openings, and more.
Also, for being one of our first 24 patrons, you'll forever be inducted as a founding rebel.
This means that no matter where our channel goes, you will always be remembered for helping to start the rebellion.
For more information, please check out our Patreon link in the description.
Now back to the show. And welcome back. We're going to go ahead and talk about some games now. And turns out we've got a lot of news this week. Start off with the easy stuff, and then we'll get into the more heavy stuff.
What?
You were going to say something.
I was going to say, not this week, today.
Yeah, seriously, today. No kidding. Well, let's start with yesterday.
Okay.
New PlayStation Plus games
All my
dropped.
feelings were so far away. I believe in yesterday. You didn't see that, did you?
No.
That's okay. It's fine. I wasn't saying it like to make you feel bad, but
No, but that wasn't the song I was thinking of.
really?
The number one George Harrison song. Something.
Something?
Something in the way you move. Something like
Yeah.
that. So yesterday the September PlayStation Plus games dropped. I already had one of them. Do you know what they are?
I don't.
So Batman Arkham Knight, which is the third game in the series.
Okay.
First two were Arkham Asylum and Arkham City.
I'm very interested in those games. Because
They're good. They're
from
supposed to be good.
what I know of them, they don't seem interesting to me in the slightest. But I've only ever heard like amazing reviews of them, so I'm very intrigued to play them.
So those, I have had Arkham Asylum and Arkham City on PS3 for a long time, but PS4 came out and I didn't want to play on there anymore. So once Return to Arkham came out, I got it on discount, so I have Asylum and City on PS4.
Which one is Return to Arkham? Or what is Return to Arkham?
A bundle of Asylum and City, which are the PS3 games.
Okay, gotcha.
Arkham Knight is the third one, came out on PS4.
Okay. Is there a fourth one?
No.
Okay.
The rumor is that Rocksteady is currently making it, but it's been 5 years.
Right.
And we haven't even heard anything.
Yeah.
But so this month it's Arkham Knight,
Yep.
PS4 game.
Yep.
Side note, goal is I only want to play those games in October.
The Batman games?
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
And so
That feels right.
I'm gonna try to at least get through Asylum this year.
Yeah.
The other PlayStation Plus game for the month of September is Darksiders 3, which I haven't played the first two, but I have the first two. Got them through a humble bundle, and so now I have the entire Darksiders series.
Interesting.
So one day I will get through that.
I just remembered I have a whole slew of Humble Bundle games from the Yogg's Cast Jingle Jam.
Oh wow.
A lot of games.
That's
I
great.
don't even think I checked what all of the last ones were. I have like 30 something games from that,
It's nuts.
but I don't really have the capacity to play them at the moment. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to play them on my computer the way it is at the moment, so
That's how it is.
I'll just
right?
keep them there.
Just
help me remember that I have them because I want to go back and see them at some point.
I will do that. So those are the PlayStation Plus games for the month. I'd say it's a pretty good month.
Yeah.
If you don't have either of those games, those are two solid games.
Like I was telling you earlier, like I'm going to start playing more games in my current setup, and I'm appreciating the PlayStation Plus format a lot more now. Like what was last month was Detroit something or other.
It's gonna be PES, and they swapped it out for Detroit at the last hour.
Like I want to play that. I'm gonna play that.
Detroit is supposed to be very good.
I'm going to play that.
Yeah,
like like, that's so cool. That I mean, it's not
saving-
free, but
It's free. I've checked the years. You get like $2,200 in value. It's free.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Detroit is a game I want to play with Maya.
Right.
Because I don't think she knows that kind of stuff even exists.
Yeah.
And I really it's something we can do together. So that's a game I've been saving to play with her. That's the Plus games. I just thought I'd
Yeah.
throw
No,
that
that's
out
good
there.
to like give that heads up every month, I think.
There was another announcement. I think this was last week. I might be late on it. I don't remember what day exactly it dropped, but they announced Disney Classic Games. Did you see this?
No.
Lion King and Aladdin. So those are two of the most popular games on Super Nintendo. They also came out on Genesis. They're licensed
On that?
games. They were on that.
Really?
They also came out on Genesis, arguably with better graphics. Like people say that the Genesis had the better version, but the Super Nintendo version was also loved. I know Maya's a really big fan of the Lion King game. I have not played them yet. They're coming out with a bundle. It's coming out PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, of a kind of remastered version of both of them. They're the original versions, but they come with So Lion King comes with the Game Boy version, the Super Nintendo version, and the Genesis version.
Wow.
Aladdin comes with the Game Boy version, a weird special Game Boy version, and the Genesis version.
Cool.
So there's no Super Nintendo version of Aladdin,
Yeah.
which some people are a little bit confused about, and is a little bit weird. And so it's not only going to come with all those versions of the games, but a bunch of concept art and stuff. So I was even listening to something they said. One of the things is one of the people on the original game made a photocopy of some sketch artwork and saved that photocopy. Original is long gone, and so they're including that. Like
Just everything they
this
have.
Bundle. It's just original art and all that kind of stuff. I love extra packages like that.
That too, like we're getting all these definitive versions
I
of
love
things
definitive
now.
Versions.
It's like
this is my OCD dream come true.
Yep.
And you don't have to rebuy them because everything will be future compatible moving forward, which eliminates license issues and umpteen other complications.
I want something like that for Sly Cooper so bad.
It has to happen because that's Sucker Punch, right?
Yeah.
They're working on Ghost of Tsushima right now.
Yeah.
Which means they either have to go to Blue Point, probably Blue Point, but they're remaking games, and I don't know if they're going to do that with Sly. They could, like they did Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Total remake.
Right.
And then you would go to Blue Point. Blue Point did Shadow of the Colossus,
Okay.
God of War, a whole bunch of other ones.
Oh God,
He'll come back.
I need a yeah. For those that don't know, like I was considering, there was a point in the last year where I was considering getting a tattoo, and I still kind of want this because it works. 3 of my favorite games of all time are Sly Cooper, Minecraft, and Fortnite.
Remember this.
The reason Fortnite is in there is because I played it a lot. But all 3 of them have a pickaxe or a pickaxe sort of thing. So there's the Minecraft pickaxe, there's a Fortnite pickaxe, and there's Sly Cooper's cane. And I wanted to get a tattoo of like a kind of like trifecta of those 3. And I might still do that. Even though Fortnite's a little weird for me at the moment, but in my gaming portion of my mind, like it holds a special spot.
If it comes back in your mind, I say do it.
Yeah.
Because Minecraft has done that in and out thing.
Minecraft has never left.
But it's in terms of playing,
Sure.
but not in terms of
specialness. Fortnite, I'm a little
annoyed.
Yeah.
I never got annoyed with Minecraft. I got like burnt out. But Fortnite's like it pushed that upsetness button a little bit.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't like you right now.
You burnt yourself out on Minecraft. Fortnite and the world and the community burnt us out. Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
That's exactly the difference.
And I think that's a testament to how good Minecraft is.
Yeah.
It's that replayable.
Yep.
And just that playable. It never ends.
Could do a whole episode on that.
Oh God, we will.
I thought about mentioning it.
Yeah.
And then I realized Minecon's coming up, and we'll do it then.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to talk about a few upcoming games. So Luigi's Mansion is coming out. But
should I include the vacuum in that tattoo?
Think about that. That's interesting. Okay. I love Luigi's Mansion. But that's just one game. And today we got hit with another Nintendo Direct, including Luigi's Mansion details. Basically what we're seeing right now is in full swing Nintendo on one console. And this was the dream. When I first heard the rumor about the NX and putting the development houses all on one console, there's no gaps. You get every franchise constantly, multiple releases throughout the year, and it's paying off dividends right now.
I remember, this is after the Switch came out, but I remember you and I like talking about when are we going to be able to play any Nintendo game that we want on our Switch. And it's slowly happening, but it's happening.
So now that they are doing everything on one console, it is gotten kind of nuts with the number of announcements. Also, remember when the Switch first came out and everybody's like, I want this on Switch, I want this on Switch, and there's all these memes about everything on Switch?
Yeah.
It's not a meme, it's real life now.
Yeah.
With some of the announcements made today.
So give me a couple that we've known about leading up to this.
They opened up with it. Overwatch is coming to Switch.
Okay.
Now, we knew about that because a case was leaked. An official Overwatch Switch case was leaked a few days
like
ago.
that?
Yes.
Oh, really?
A few days ago, and immediately pulled down. And everybody's like, well, so that means Overwatch is coming to Switch, right?
Right.
Some people then thought that meant Tracer for Smash.
Okay.
We'll see if that ended up happening.
I can see that happening.
I could see that happening too.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yep.
Have you ever played Overwatch?
Nope. I don't think I will either.
Really?
Yeah.
You have no interest?
No, because it's
I would only play it with you.
it's a game you got to grind
Or like with
to
I
get
know.
better, and I don't have the time to get good.
Like I don't want to invest a lot of time in it, but like I would like to just experience it
I would too.
with you like for a couple hours sometime.
So we'll see if they do a trial somewhere, something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe we can
because
test it out.
it's unbelievable how huge it is.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, and it just keeps growing. So this direct they said was going to be 40 minutes, which is hefty.
Yeah.
And that would touch on 2 games, Pokemon Sword and Shield and Luigi's Mansion 3. The second topic of the day, Luigi's Mansion 3. I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good one if they're already touching on one of the big games.
Yeah.
Now, they've shown a lot of Luigi's Mansion 3. I have been relatively avoiding it because I don't want spoilers. I want every room that I find, relatively speaking, to be a brand new, fresh experience.
Yeah.
And a surprise. Given that they showed off a Egyptian floor.
So cool.
And the key with this hotel is that every floor has its own theme.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's perfect. Now, Luigi's Mansion 3 was rumored before the Switch came out, and I was really hoping it was going to be a launch announcement. That this was one of the games they had been saving and working on and were going to push the Switch with. Didn't happen. But I was confident that somebody knew it was happening.
Yeah.
And they would drop it at some point. And of course, like, that ended up happening, and now it's coming out on Halloween this year, which is like 2 months from now.
Now, it needs to be understood that Luigi's Mansion is one of the games that defines what the Hero Rebels are. Like, there aren't many pillars of, like, our friendship. And
overlapping...
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like,
get you.
Yeah. It's just, it's always been there.
I love
We've
Luigi's
always
Mansion.
loved it.
Yep.
I've played it multiple times with
Amen.
you and Robin.
Yep.
Like, that is a staple of my childhood.
He's going to have to come home on Halloween. We're going to have to play that, I think. So I still need to beat the second one. I have Dark Moon.
Me too.
I'm going to...
Ah.
So I'm going to... It's on my list right now for games I have to beat soon.
Let's
So
keep each
I'm-
other accountable to
I've
beat that.
I've got my 3DS out. I'm gonna try to keep making progress on
Okay.
that. Today they may have shown the new floor, but the other thing they showed was a new multiplayer mode with I
Hell
believe
yes.
8 people.
Yeah.
And it
On one Switch, right? I'm pretty sure it said.
I'm not 100%.
I'm pretty sure it said on one Switch, 2 to 8 people. I'm not gonna say that officially. I
that would be
think it
awesome.
said that though.
This game is the best combination of Luigi's Mansion 1 and Luigi's Mansion 2. That sweet spot in between, I think they're going to nail it. Next game caught me very off guard. Super Kirby Clash, free to start,
Yeah.
which I haven't heard that yet.
I noticed that too. That was a weird phrase.
I think the only game I could think of that was free to start would be Super Mario Run on iOS, where you could download it,
Yep.
play the first 5 levels, and then it's like, pay $10 to unlock the full game.
Is that what it was?
That's what Mario Run was. I'm not even 100% sure that that's what Super Kirby Clash is.
Okay.
But the crazy thing about Kirby, so HAL Laboratories has always made Kirby. Satoru Iwata, the former Nintendo president who passed away, used to be part of HAL Laboratories. HAL Laboratories also made Super Smash Brothers. So one of the popular modes that they've been putting in Kirby games is a Super Smash style combat screen where you have multiple people and you're like fighting a boss and fighting each other. But it feels like Smash.
I noticed when they announced this game, there was a screen that showed like 4 characters. It looked Super Smash Brothers.
So there's a bit of like overlap there with that.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what this game is
Yeah.
outright.
It looked cool.
So, yeah.
When I saw it was free, I'm like, oh, yeah, let's try this. Like, why not?
Yeah, I might, if it's free to start, like, I might test it out.
Yeah.
So we could definitely check that out and see how that feels. Because I haven't played a recent Kirby game. So I don't even know how it feels.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to compare to Smash. Next on the list, because this direct was just boom, 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 boom. I was crazy for 30 minutes. It was non-stop. Like, I thought Luigi's Mansion was going to be 10, 15 minutes. Pokemon would be 10, 15 minutes, and they have 10 minutes of other announcements.
Both of them were a few minutes.
Pokemon and Luigi's Mansion combined were 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which left 30 minutes for other announcements, which is crazy. So next up, Trials of Mana HD Remake. This is the third in the series of the Mana series. It's another HD remake. Square's been doing this. It's an RPG. I haven't played it. Can't speak to it. Comes out April 24th. It looks like they're doing a good job remastering it. This next game, however, and it's one of the ones I texted you about, but it got all caught up in that. Return of the Obra Dinn. Yeah. Do you know what that game is?
Not at all.
Lucas Pope made this game. He also made Papers, Please, which I'm assuming you've watched Yogscast play.
Yes, I have.
Yes. So Lucas Pope made Papers, Please.
Oh my god.
A cult kind of indie game that got really popular.
It's like trying to cross like the border in Russia or something, right?
Exactly. It's not Russia, but it's this weird thing. So he makes his kind of philosophy is I want to make something nobody else is doing and make it good. He's a genius. I listened to a No Clip podcast that had him on, and Danny O'Dwyer interviewed him and talked about all these games and talked about Return of the Obra Dinn. This game won many awards and was nominated many times at the Game Awards last year. Premise is you're on a Indies trading ship. There's been a murder or like some kind of incident, and you have a special device that lets you pause like time and go back and look at stuff, and you're trying to investigate and solve
this
what
looked
happened.
So cool.
Yeah, it's I've been waiting to play this game, but it was only on PC. I'm gonna play this on
This
Switch.
looked awesome.
Yeah, it's
I think I might play this too. It looked this whatever it was that I am, it tickled everything that like needed to be tickled in me. It's
your Jordan tingle went off for this game. Return of the Obra Dinn. Definitely one that I would recommend checking out.
It was all like black and white and like drawn kind of, right?
The art style is very unique.
Yeah.
It's got this crazy, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a hand-drawn, cel-shaded, black and white mystery Minority Report hologram.
Yeah.
That's about the best I've got.
But with pirates.
With pirates and ships and
looked super fun.
Figuring out who killed who.
Can't wait.
Next one was they just showed an update on Little Town Hero, which is made by Game Freak, who makes Pokemon. That's just why I included it. And then they were like, remember Banjo and Kazooie? How we're going to add them into Smash Brothers? They're out today. And that was the first moment in the Direct that I went, oh my god! And sent the scream face, because every time I send that emoji, I'm thinking of the painting.
Yeah.
Painting. Every time I send that, it's a direct reference to that. Not only that, but they said, stay tuned after the Direct, and Masahiro Sakurai is going to walk us through his entire move set and everything.
He's the game director of Smash, right?
If you're listening to this and you don't know who Masahiro Sakurai is...
Most people probably don't. I'm just saying.
Stop listening.
No. Most
go
people
look
probably
him up.
do not.
And go look him up. And he is known for people being concerned about him because he works too hard to make Smash Brothers amazing. To the point where even today, he's like, I'm going to keep working on this because this is a special game and I want to make sure it can be the best it can be, because I don't know if this will ever be possible again to have this many franchises in one game. He said, so I want to make this the best game it could possibly be.
But am I right? He's the game director?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Everything.
Great. Yeah, everything. Yeah, okay.
He plays with 2 controllers, with 2 hands.
What?
You didn't watch the
I didn't watch the after stuff, no.
So, as he's demoing, he controls both characters. He puts 2 controllers next to each other and demos both. So he can make them do what he... This dude is next level. Love this man.
Wow.
So we did find out. I'll speak more about Banjo later. Then they kind of teased the new Smash character. Because Banjo was 3 out of 5. Number 4, Terry. I don't know who he is.
Nope.
But he's from Fatal Fury, which is an SNK franchise. SNK had been leaked that it was one of their properties through, I forget what it was leaked through, so people knew it was either Fatal Fury or some other samurai showdown. Turns out to be Terry. You know, I would say this is going to be, of the 4 announced, he's the least interesting one.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter because they said there's more DLC coming.
Yeah.
Which means, because they said they're only doing 5 characters,
Yeah.
it's the people have been freaking out about
Uh-huh.
that weren't part of the original 5.
Who?
And so I think I might have put this at the end, but we're gonna move this up. So I wanted to take this as an opportunity to talk about who you think / want to be added into Smash.
Me personally?
Not with necessarily the 5th DLC character, but given everything, who might be in a 2nd pack, or at this point, because apparently the sales are so high and so great, a 3rd pack.
I don't know if I'm the right person to ask.
But that's what's so amazing about Smash is the character
At this point, I could...
suggestions,
Yeah.
as they have been for years, are insane.
So, okay, a lot of people in it aren't necessarily Nintendo, right?
No, and that's what's so special about this game in particular.
So, can I just throw something out there?
Absolutely.
Like, I would love for Sly Cooper to be in it.
And I knew you were going to say that, and I really don't want to break your heart.
I know.
He won't be in this game.
Because he's a PlayStation person, right?
No.
Not
because he's not buzzing right now.
How?
Unfortunately,
I hate the world.
there's not like a community buzzing
I know.
around him.
I know.
I agree he'd be a perfect character for this. Maybe in a next game.
He would be so cool.
If they give him a PlayStation resurgence,
Yeah.
he has a chance.
Are there PlayStation characters in Smash?
Not yet.
I would love for PlayStation to play along and be like, yeah.
Okay, think about it now
Uh-huh.
and see, because I've got
Crash.
absolutely he needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Microsoft is partnered.
Uh-huh.
PlayStation Battle Royale All Stars whatever isn't going to be a thing. If PlayStation has any sense, you shake Nintendo's hand and
Yep.
you get your character in
Yep.
their game.
Because I want to believe they respect each other. Like,
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
But it's Nintendo and Sony haven't had a reason.
And you doing this isn't going to harm you in any way.
Oh, I'm an idiot. They don't need to work with Sony. They just need to work with Activision. Which means you will soon be seeing Crash Bandicoot coming to a game near you. I don't know why I didn't realize this. And the reason I use them as examples, Crash and Spyro, maybe they make
yeah.
it both.
Yeah.
Maybe they both get in, is because both of those games are now on Switch. Insane
Yep.
Trilogy and Reignited Trilogy have been released on Switch, which means there's a possibility they get added. Crash possibly more than Spyro.
Yeah.
Because I think he might fit easier, although Spyro would be amazing. I can't even think about that. I get too excited. So the one franchise that I've yet to get love,
Mm-hmm.
Jak and Daxter. And I believe one day it'll happen, so I'm not worrying about it.
Yeah.
Because the fandom, I know, is pretty solid. And it's Naughty Dog.
Yeah. I get that and Ratchet and Clank confused, strangely.
Don't.
I think I can picture both. I can...
Jak and Daxter is man with rat.
Man with rat?
Ratchet and Clank is rat with robot.
I just remembered something.
Yeah.
Ty.
The Tasmanian
Tiger.
Now, when you say you just remembered something,
Yeah.
you just mean its existence?
Yeah.
Haha, this is great. Because something just happened.
Okay.
There was a Kickstarter
Uh-huh.
for Ty.
Okay.
And it hit every goal. So he's getting remastered or coming back in some fashion.
It's so long ago. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that I had to remember it means it was one of the first games I ever played.
That's amazing.
And which means I was so young that it was so hard that I don't think I got past, like, the second level.
Perfect.
I never
I never
played very much of it, but I did play it. And I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a stupid little kid. But it's in there. It's in my brain.
I remember when I was 4.
It's probably 10.
I started at 4, which is why I... Honestly,
Wow.
from the second I picked up a video game...
Ty. Oh my god.
So he's there's actually a Kickstarter. You should check that out.
Okay.
Back to Smash DLC characters.
Yes,
There's a
yes.
couple dream characters.
Okay.
So the first one I'm just going to throw it out there. Waluigi is currently an assist trophy, but the amount of support there has been for him when it was announced he wasn't going to be in the game was massive, that they could be doing now, because I legit think they looked at everything and went, we need to add more characters to this game, and I think Waluigi is gonna. He's gonna get added. I legitimately think they went and were like, people want him. We gotta put him in the game.
He needs to be the last one, though.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Oh, that would be
because
so
it's been
good.
such a meme
Yeah.
how he's been overlooked
Yeah.
that he needs to be the last one. Like, not just the sort of middle one, you know?
He could be the first one. I think he could be the first
Of the next round.
because that's how you build hype to the maximum
Sure.
level. There's only one other character I want in. You
Okay.
know it. Sakurai already said no, but that may have been before Nintendo was like, hey, we're working on this.
Give me a hint.
I'm not giving you a hint. It's the only other character I would ever want in this game. Literally the only character. He's a fighting character. I gave you a hint. He's a he. He's in other fighting games. He's in shows. He's in movies too, technically, kind of. But you probably don't know about that.
Goku.
Yep. And I think, because Sakurai said Goku's probably not going to get added.
Probably.
Not before, when it was
He
just
said
DLC
probably,
1.
though.
Um,
It's not like he's like, no, that's not happening. That's impossible.
I think there's a chance he gets in there. Which
That'd
would
be crazy.
I can't think about it.
Like, I feel like if that happened, there's a chance I could go to your house and you're just like a pile of goo on the floor.
Forever.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I already am. Alright, we're going to get through the rest of these.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening, reminder, it's coming out September 20th, along with the Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Snake amiibos. And the Link's Awakening
What's
amiibo.
Snake?
Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Dragon Quest XI S, the definitive edition, masterful piece of magic software amazingness. Just again, a reminder, this comes out on 9/27 with a demo currently available. I have not played it, but apparently you can get through 5-10 hours in this game. It's a big game. I've never played Dragon Quest. It's one of the original Japanese RPGs, like big ones. And this is going to be my first one. So Tyler, who we may have on in a future episode.
Definitely.
I forget what his nickname is. But that's fine. We'll reference
Is it
that
his
in the
PlayStation
future.
name?
Yeah, I forget what it is. But he played Dragon Quest on PS4, and he was so mad because he wishes he had played the definitive edition on Switch. The coolest thing about the definitive edition, so when it originally came out on PS4, it also came out on 3DS. They were two different versions. The 3DS version was 2D with pixel art like the original games on Super Nintendo.
Yes.
The PS4 version was full 3D open world. The Switch version, you can switch back and forth between the two of them,
Yeah.
which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get this game eventually. I don't know when and play it, but I'm very excited to play my first Dragon Quest.
Cool.
Another one, Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE Encore. Didn't realize the FE stands for Fire Emblem. This is a Wii U game, making the move over to Switch. Really just shrinking that list of remaining games that we have that needs to come over.
Yeah.
That comes out January 17th, 2020. It's a fighting game, crossover between two franchises. I don't know a lot about it. Next game, Deadly Premonition 2. Know nothing about this. It's coming out in 2020. The original Deadly Premonition Origins is out today. Next game, now this one blew my mind. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. Now this is, people are saying, the greatest RPG ever. Now with this one, I want to play this with you, with Maya, etc., etc.
Okay.
This is a game about being anything you want to be.
Is it multiplayer?
My cousin played this. It is multiplayer.
Okay.
Basically, imagine a fantasy world. Create any character you want to create and do anything you want to do, and that is the gist of what I've heard from this game.
That was the first game I ever thought of.
So
Super original, I know.
I want to play this. Now, I just want to add a side note. The company that made this game, they made the first Divinity Original Sin, kind of got everybody's attention. Made this game and was like, oh my goodness, this is the best RPG ever. And then it was announced at E3 that they are making Baldur's Gate 3. Which I'm not even going to begin to get into, but is a huge deal, and you may know if you're listening already. We can trust these people. This is an amazing game. I don't know if we'll ever play it. Maybe we'll just play Baldur's Gate. I don't know if that's going to be multiplayer, though.
Okay.
Moving on. Pete Hines from Bethesda. He is their kind of marketing manager guy. There's Todd Howard, who is the kind of head guy, and then Pete Hines, who is the kind of social facing face. That's a really bad term. He came out and announced, so recently Bethesda announced Doom, Doom 2, and Doom 3 will be coming out on every console, which is super exciting. They also announced Doom 64 from the N64. This is the first time it's been on a Nintendo console since it came out on the N64. And it's coming out on November 22nd. Now, I remember being a kid and seeing Doom 64, not knowing what it was, obviously not being able to play it, but I remember it existing in the world at that time.
Yeah.
So I might get this one as... I have the new Doom and I haven't played it yet on PS4.
I've always heard of it. My first glimpse at it was very recently. Hat Films was doing like a sponsor with a like RTX cell shading, some kind of company or something, and one of the games that they were featuring was Doom.
Oh wow.
I think the original.
Yep.
And they were playing Doom with like all these cool like shaders on it. So that was the first time I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool.
It spawned modern.
It's always been around.
First-person shooters.
Yeah.
It'll never be forgotten for that reason.
I know.
Now they've reinvented it.
Yeah.
And it's modern now and it's around, so it's really never going to die.
It's super intriguing, yeah.
Doom is fun.
Yeah.
Download the demo. Download Doom's 2016 demo on PS4 and play it. And the demon hell thing doesn't interest me.
Right.
And
me
I played
neither.
it, and I was like, oh my god, this feels so good. It's just fun. Because it's about movement and shooting and killing and going, and you're not like worried about ammo and stuff. You're just like, it's the movement that feels so good.
Yeah.
I'll send you a video by Game Maker Toolkit. I believe his name is Mark Brown. I might be wrong. One of my favorite YouTube channels. He breaks games down.
Okay.
So you understand why they feel good, why they're fun, how they do it, why certain games are better than others. This guy is one of the best gaming channels on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he broke down Doom, and they actually, a lot of their success is similar to Nintendo's success in how they find a mechanic and just make it work. Moving on. Rogue Company. Don't know what this game is. 2020. It was a generic looking shooter. I'm not saying it's generic, but that was my opinion. Squad-based combat, shooting people. We've got those. Then they hit us with Pokemon. Now, Pokemon was the other second big game that was going to be talked about today, and I'm like gauging the time. I'm like, hopefully they don't do this for 15 minutes, and we got nothing left.
Can I ask you?
Yep.
Did this let you down?
Not at all. I'm so excited for Sword and Shield.
Okay.
Because this was just side stuff that they were talking about. So they touched on 4 things. First of all, it's coming out on November 15th.
Yep.
Which is not that far from now.
Nope.
First thing they touched on, customize your look.
Yeah.
Now, I've been following the last few mainline Pokemon games, and I never jumped in. But I did notice that they started to add more customization where you could like customize your character and the clothes and everything. Past Pokemon games, you are that person.
Which is fine.
But I heard some complaints that even in Sun and Moon and X and Y and Black and White, that the customization was very, very limited. Let's say 4 shirts, 3 pants, like that kind of a thing. They emphasized you're going to be able to make all
anything you want.
Which is the dream.
Down to makeup.
Yeah, I think you're going to be able to make it feel like you're in the Pokemon universe. Yeah. And that's going to be a game changer bigger than I think people realize. That's a big immersion thing for me.
The Pokemon movie, Detective Pikachu was the first time I felt that.
Yep.
Where I was like,
you can imagine yourself in that world.
I want to be in that world.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I'm very disconnected from Pokemon compared to most people, but like that movie was the first time where I'm like, yeah, I love this world. I would like to be more connected with it.
Yep.
And when I saw this, I'm like, that's pretty cool. I would like to make myself and walk around in whatever this world is that they're making. Like,
it's not the end goal Pokemon game we all dreamed of, but it's a step in that direction. I truly believe that. Yeah. And I want to see what this game is all about.
You have to trust them with the way they're going.
Trust is limited.
I'm not saying trust Pokemon, I'm saying trust Nintendo.
It's not Nintendo though. It's the Pokemon Company, which is a separate entity from Nintendo.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and it's Game Freak. Now, I think this game's going to be amazing. It might not be that ultimate Pokemon MMO open world Pokemon are everywhere and stuff but I believe at this point,
but it won't be a letdown.
In our lifetime, we're gonna get it. No, I'm gonna love this.
Like, this isn't the Breath of the Wild of Pokemon.
No, and that's what people thought it would be.
Right.
One day we'll get that.
Which is funny. I'll bring this up on the third point.
Why is it funny?
There's another thing in this that reminded me of Breath of the Wild.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people are commenting on that. There's actually two things in. No, really that third thing.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be able to customize your look with lots of new clothes. Also, they're adding this thing called Pokemon Camp, and I did put a heart by this because. So I want to touch on one more thing. Let's Go Pikachu looks amazing. The structure's there for story, but at the end of the day, you're doing a modern-looking game in a grid type format that feels very archaic, and it stands out. And one cool feature in the game is it's Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Whatever one you choose, you can have a special interaction with them where you dress them up, you kind of pet them, you mess with them, you play with them, you hang out with them. My gauge on this is they're adding a thing called Pokemon Camp, where you can put all of your Pokemon out there, and you can interact with all of your Pokemon, which I've been wanting to do. And
because the thing in Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee, it was kind of weird. You just kind of like rub their head or scratch their chin, and there's like a little bit of spark, and then okay, I'm bored. I'm moving on. This felt more in depth.
Well, I mean, what do you remember from it? You saw it.
That's it.
So.
Oh, you mean from the direct?
From the direct, yeah.
It seemed more personal, and you can have that with all of your Pokemon?
I'm assuming all of them.
Yeah.
So there was a specific Pokemon they've added in this new game that everybody's going crazy over. It's a Corgi Pokemon.
Oh, God.
And at E3, everybody was like, can you Dynamax the Corgi? And you can.
What does that mean?
Dynamax is where you make them giant. And so you can make a giant Corgi to, like, attack.
Oh,
and
God.
So... But there was a scene where there were a couple Corgis in their camp and they threw a ball for the Corgis. And I was just like, yep, sign me up. You can play fetch with your dogs. I'm on board.
Is that what the bosses are in Pokemon Go?
No, but I've been thinking about that because they get really large and then they shrink.
Because their like CP level seems to be like 10 times what it should be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to mix up Pokemon Go with that because I think they're learning from all of it and moving forward and just kind of melding it all. And I don't know what's going to happen. I've been there since the first game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Maya's on board for Sword and Shield.
That was amazing. You said let's go. That was so cool.
Hey, I didn't even realize.
All the different regions that are in Pokemon Go, have they been previously referenced or have they been introduced with Pokemon Go? Like the Sinnoh.
No.
Those are
Kanto's Gen
things.
1, Johto's Gen 2, Hoenn is Gen 3.
Those have like long been
Sinnoh
established.
is Gen 4.
Yeah.
Unova is Gen 5.
Okay.
Alola is Gen 6. I don't know how I'm doing this right now, but apparently I know all those.
Sounds right.
The last one I played was Sinnoh. Gen 4.
Okay.
Diamond and Pearl. In high school, I ordered it to Sri Lanka from Amazon with my money that I earned. I like it's such a weird thing to think back on.
Shout out Amazon.
For another time. The third new feature. They featured 4. The third one.
This one's so weird.
Curry on rice? What?
Even they said it with a question mark. They're like,
what?
Huh?
It took me a second. I was like, they're adding food. No. They're adding curry. They're just adding curry.
Yep.
And having been to Japan, they love curry. And I was just like, F it. Sure. Curry and Pokemon. There's now a new curry mode where you can create 100 different types of curry.
100 plus.
I have nothing else to say. But sure, let's do it. I'm on board.
That's what reminded me of Breath of the Wild was the different recipes.
Yep.
Yeah, and the cooking.
And there's going to be some inspirations there, I think, throughout everything.
Yeah.
Lastly, new Pokemon. I didn't know how many.
I love the first name.
I didn't know how many Pokemon they were going to add, but they added 2. The first one was Poltegeist, which is a ghost inside of a teapot.
Yep.
A broken teapot.
And he can drink his tea.
If he likes you. If he warms up to you, he will share his tea with you. Like, and it's worded way weirder than that.
So weird.
It's worded way weirder than that.
Yeah, I remember it being weirder.
The second Pokemon, Cramorant. A bird that, if some certain thing happens, he has a fish in his mouth, and at the end of the turn, he will shoot the fish at the other person, potentially knocking them out.
He's like a pelican or like a...
There are pelicans. He's just some kind of bird that gets fish.
Yeah.
But I love him already.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Now,
That was the Pokemon news.
does
Like,
that mean that
was
these
it.
are 2 of the 3 like base Pokemon for this game?
No.
No?
They just threw 2 new Pokemon out there. They've
Okay.
shown us a bunch of new ones. The starter Pokemons, if that's what
Starter,
you're referring to,
yes.
are Grookey, who's a monkey.
For this coming game?
Yes. So you
Okay.
need to pick who you're gonna do.
Okay.
Grookey, who's a monkey. That's who I'm gonna pick.
That is who I'm gonna pick.
Score Bunny, who's
Uh-huh.
a little fire rabbit,
Okay.
and I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name right now, but he's a little water frog, and he's super cute.
I like doing something alternate to what you're doing in these Pokemon games, but I'm doing the monkey.
Yeah, no, Grookey, 100%.
Okay.
I don't care about
Sobble.
Sobble. Yes, Sobble is the water guy this time,
Yeah,
and a lot of people like him.
I do remember these guys. I'm picking the monkey for sure.
I'm going monkey.
Monkeys
all
are my thing.
and that was the Pokemon news, and I was good. I was like, that was perfect because now we got a bunch more stuff to come, and they hit us with it. I was 99.9% sure that this was coming. I'm not even gonna lie. Throughout the last year, I was 99.9% sure that this was their strategy in terms of adding value to Nintendo Online. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
Say it 3 times fast.
Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online. Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
This is my favorite name of anything ever.
What? They already had Nintendo
it's-
Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online, Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo Switch Online.
It's hilarious how long this name is. I remember it the second I heard it. I'm like, wait, huh?
Now, I knew they were going to do this, that this was their strategy, because when you don't release Virtual Console, you're going to still come out with all of them.
Virtual console. That's what I was
They've
thinking
been
of.
improving the functionality of the NES games. Obviously, all that functionality they've added will be available day one with the Super Nintendo games. But, I mean, this is big. This is going to shut people up from complaining about it. And let's do it, because now the next one is in 64, and honestly that's all I care about, because I've already got my Super Nintendo Classic. I've already got an actual Super Nintendo that Maya owns. I've got the NES Classic. I have my N64, but I need either an N64 Classic or a Nintendo 64 Entertainment System, Nintendo 64 Online. I don't Nintendo Switch Online, whatever, which means about a year from now we're gonna get that.
Yeah, no.
At the latest.
Because at the rate we're going,
Yes.
seems like we're gonna.
So what they're doing is they're stretching this out to, because if they gave us all
Which
of it,
is very smart.
then it would be, but where are you adding value?
Right.
We're adding value. So
Right.
I knew they were going to do that. It's a little upsetting because these games should have been on there sooner. At the same time, whatever.
So they're going in order, right?
Yes, they're going in order.
Okay. So N64 is next.
N64 is next.
I think they're
but
doing it perfectly.
It's perfect. This is genius for their strategy, because as much as people, long-term things are more realistic.
Because as much as you and I,
Yeah.
and I'll say as much as you know games,
Yeah.
we don't understand how difficult it is for them to set this up. We don't.
It's work, but
For sure.
I believe this is more marketing than technical.
Maybe. And there's a middle ground.
Yeah.
But like
Exactly.
obviously, like it takes a lot of work for them to be able to give this to us,
Yeah.
but they're giving it to us.
Yep.
We're 2 in.
A patent came out a little while ago, which is why I knew this was basically confirmed.
Yeah.
A Bluetooth Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nintendo.
Are you getting it?
Of course I'm going to get it.
Should I
and
get it?
Maya's going to get one, and you should get one.
Okay.
I'm only going to get one, though. I'm not going to get 4 so that I can do 4-player.
Right.
I'm going to get one. It's $30,
But
it's
it's-
not that bad.
Why did it say exclusive for...
Because you have to be subscribed to Switch Online to be able to purchase it. And that was the same for the NES controllers.
So that's what it is? It's not you have to be able... It's not you have to be subscribed to be able to use it?
You have to be subscribed to be able to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because they don't want people buying them and reselling them.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. So
Because that means that they have good morals, too.
Nintendo does. So when they announced the NES controllers on the side of the console,
Yeah.
the first thing that popped into my head was N64 controllers that connect to the side of the console.
Dude.
Nobody made the Photoshop for a while. I could have and been the first person out there.
Uh-huh.
Somebody eventually made the Photoshop, and it's very, very funny.
Yeah.
To imagine 2 giant N64 controllers
Yeah.
snapped on the side of a Switch. So they quickly realized, just make a Bluetooth controller.
Yeah.
People will bring it with them and charge it on their own with USB. It's much better. So this, for me, this just puts me at ease and confirms their process. No more paying $5, $10, $15, $20 for all these games individually. Just pay $20 a year. That will go up. That will go up.
As it
in about a year.
Deserves to.
I think within 64, it'll go up from $20 to $30 a year.
That's fine.
Which is fine, and hopefully they add other functionality. But we're moving forward. So good stuff.
We're in the era of life where it's like pay for 1 to 3 years at a time.
Yeah.
And it's a good value.
It's crazy. And I've had PlayStation Plus for 10 years, close to it now.
You have that?
At this point.
You paid for that?
PlayStation Plus?
Yeah.
I mean, at least 8 years, probably.
You've had that? You've had it for that long? You've paid for that long from now?
No. I've had it for that long.
Okay. Yeah.
Which means I'm going to have it forever.
Right.
Moving on to the next one. Tetris 99 2.0. They're basically just adding new modes. Now, Tetris 99 was a free game that comes with Nintendo Switch Online. They had a paid DLC. They're coming out with a second paid DLC, which includes local multiplayer. But they're also coming out with a free update as part of the 2.0 that includes, if you have won a Tetris 99 match, that's the only way to get into this new mode. So this new mode is going to be comprised of 99 people that have won Tetris 99, which is like next level bananas.
Whoa.
So that's the kind of stuff I want to watch videos of, because I'm not good at Tetris. Maya is good at Tetris.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize what good at Tetris was until I saw her, and I'm sure that she doesn't compare to these other people. But I've gotten better because of her.
Wow.
So she can teach us some tricks. Did you?
That's interesting. I've a couple points on this.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
Yep.
I've won a solo match of Fortnite. Less than 20, but
still,
between 10 to 20. I've won solo matches of Fortnite. Have you?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
A solo match?
Mm-hmm.
So you and I would get in if they did something like that. And I like that.
I love it.
I like that.
It's really cool.
It is an eliteness.
It's
It's hard to win in Fortnite.
If you're somebody who can win Tetris 99, you're above everybody. You want to push yourself against people that are better.
Yeah.
I love the idea
100%.
that they have something for
now,
that.
this is the second point. Would Tetris 99 exist if the other Battle Royales didn't explode?
Probably not.
Or was this already in development?
No. They definitely took that idea.
This is such a enigma to me. Like, I don't understand
it's just
its
amazing.
existence.
It's just amazing. That's all it is. It's just somebody was really smart somewhere.
I don't even know how it works.
You haven't played it?
No.
Oh my god, download it and play it. It's so much fun.
Really?
It's so much fun. I'm not going to speak about it. You play it. We'll talk about it next week.
You watch Love, Death, and Robots.
Yep. And you play Tetris 99.
Okay.
Deal. Moving on.
Yes.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Hell yeah.
This comes out November 5th. I'm getting this game. This will be my first Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
It will not be mine.
Which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Beijing. My favorite Olympics so far.
2008.
Now, you mentioned the retro mode earlier.
Yeah.
It's not just a retro mode. What that actually is the story mode. And the story mode is that they all get sucked in to this old game set in the 1964.
All the characters?
All the characters get sucked into this game. Kind of like Jumanji, the new Jumanji, which I still haven't seen, but sucked into a game.
See it. Dude.
I know.
Jumanji is good.
I know. Oh, believe me, I watched Jablinski, and I watched him filming the new one.
It's so good that the new trailer, honestly, confuses me more than any other trailer I've ever seen. I don't understand what's happening.
That's crazy.
But I still want to see it. That's how good the first one is.
I'm sad I didn't see it in theaters because I wanted to.
It's very good.
Family was visiting and it just didn't happen. But that's what that throwback style is. It's a virtual 1964 Olympics, which is when they hosted the last Olympics.
Tokyo?
For Tokyo, yeah.
Wow.
And so I love that connection. I will get this. We will play it and let everybody know how it is.
I might get it too.
Next thing up, there was an update on Daemon X Machina, which is a mech fighter. Now, they released the first demo around E3. I downloaded it. I tried it. I was not impressed. It's not my thing. The new demo looked better. They're adding co-op. You can test out co-op. I think I don't really have anything to say about this game. The demo is out today, the prologue demo, and the full game's out 9/13. In about a week or so. Are you checking it out?
I'm looking up what. Okay, I'm an idiot.
So Damon X
I'm looking at what
Hatfield.
daemon means because
Daemon-
I've heard of Deus Ex Machina.
That's funny. And
I was looking up
it's
what-
actually Ex Machina.
EX,
And-
not the letter X.
Yeah, and it's Deus Ex is a game. Ex Machina is a movie, and Damon X is a game.
Okay,
And
first of all,
Damon Hatfield.
Hold on.
Damon Hatfield works for IGN.
have you seen Ex Machina?
Not yet. I have it on my Netflix queue, waiting because I really, really, really want to watch it. And
Watch it next.
No. It's.
I want to talk about it with you because I saw it recently.
Yeah,
It's good.
I know it's good, and that's why I save it. Because
Okay.
I save good stuff.
Now, okay, so Deus Ex is not related to this.
No,
Okay,
it's just a mech shooter.
moving on.
The next one, out of nowhere, first, I believe, Star Wars game on Switch. Very exciting because it means more are probably coming. I have not played this one, however, I own it. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, starring Kyle Katarn, comes out on 9/24. I think I'm going to get it.
This looked awesome.
So this is one of the best Star Wars games. Now, the one I played is called Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
I've heard of that.
And you make your own character and go through this crazy story. You either go Jedi or Sith. Like, you pick it. It's incredible.
Hell yeah.
And I hope it comes out on this, because that one I would buy day one. I'll probably get this one too. This one's more popular. But we gotta play this one. Yes.
If you played a game where you had the choice,
Jedi.
would... Okay.
Always.
I was going to ask if you'd ever go Sith.
Nope.
I would.
I know. I don't ever do that in games.
Okay. Like, if you gave me the option to go down a Sith route and you told me everything about it,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah. Let me know why you're doing this.
The power fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it that called Count Dooku from the light to the dark?
Exactly. That, and I'm interested in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, this one you don't do that. Jedi Academy.
Okay.
You do.
That
I'm
was just a
not
random
sure.
question.
But no.
Yeah.
I hope we get Star Wars games like that in the future that
Yeah.
are really forward looking. Next note: Witcher 3, October 15th. This shouldn't be a thing. This game shouldn't be playable on Switch, and it's incredible. And if it's the only opportunity you have to do it, play it, because it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's one of the best games of all time. CD Projekt Red is one of the greatest studios of all time, and they're making Cyberpunk 2077, which is going to be one of the best games of all time.
So you're saying the people that made Witcher 3 are making Cyberpunk?
Yeah, which is why it's going to be one of the best games ever.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're Polish, and they were making Witcher when I lived there. and I didn't even know
That's
it.
so cool.
Next surprise announcement: Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag coming to Switch with Rogue.
/ Rogue, yeah.
With Rogue. It is the Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection, I think is what they're calling it, which I
Yes.
think is a really cool name. Which means Assassin's Creed 3, Rogue, and 4 Black Flag. Sorry, Assassin's Creed 3, Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, Assassin's Creed Rogue, and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag are now all available on Switch, which just leaves the Ezio Collection, and then Origins and Odyssey, which are much more modern and probably won't end up on Switch until a Switch 2 or a Switch Pro. Which I think Ezio Collection will come next, and you'll have almost the entire Assassin's Creed collection on Switch. How cool is that? I just, for people that like Assassin's Creed or haven't gotten into it, I'm really excited for that.
Sure. I can't speak on it.
I know.
Because I'm very mildly starting into the Assassin's Creed universe. But now that I'm ready to start playing games, I'm gonna play it.
There you go.
And I'm excited.
There's so much lore.
I know.
And I'm a resource, and I know it all.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a movie, which isn't good, but I love it because it's...
Have you seen it?
Yeah, with...
You saw it?
With Fassbender.
I didn't know you saw it.
Yeah, I watched it
When?
right before I started Origins because it is connected.
Really?
Because they talk about stuff in it.
No,
I wanted to know
I
everything.
didn't know that. That's really cool.
If you like Assassin's Creed, you like the movie. If you don't like Assassin's Creed, don't watch the movie.
Sure.
It's pointless for you.
Sure. That's
If
why I
it-
didn't see it.
We want to make a movie for everybody and Assassin's Creed fans. No,
It was not that.
It won't work.
I could tell from the trailer it was not
It
that.
won't
It was
work.
for Assassin's Creed fans.
And even then, barely.
That's why
You need to lean into that
That's why the World of Warcraft movie didn't work.
because they tried to make it for everybody.
Right.
Somehow we're almost through this. This direct was insane. This is one of the biggest directs of all time, in my opinion. Dauntless, free-to-play Monster Hunter. All you need to know, coming soon. We're going to test it out, see what it's like. The next thing up was they did a sizzle reel, Grid Motorsport, NBA 2K20, a few other games, just kind of given dates and whatnot. Unfortunately, I don't have all of those, so sorry.
Sure.
Then it was the end of the direct, and I was like, well, wait, what else is coming? There's still like 8 to 10 minutes left. Animal Crossing. They gave us an update on Animal Crossing New Horizons. They called the video Welcome to Island Life, and it was kind of a walkthrough of everything you can expect on an island. Tom Nook, he gives you a Nook phone. I don't really know what else to... they just kind of covered all the Animal Crossing stuff you're going to be able to do. I'm excited. Bring it on. It's going to be amazing. It's HD Animal Crossing. What did you take? Have you played it yet?
I have nothing to speak on Animal Crossing.
You're going to get it, right?
No.
And you have to.
I'm not.
Really?
So I played, all I've ever played is the mobile version.
Oh, it's horrible.
No, I know. But, okay, just hear me out.
Yeah.
When I was watching this, I couldn't help but think this just is not for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just something about it. It's like...
It's just build a little town and decorate a house.
It's just the smallest step down from Stardew Valley. But Stardew Valley is just in reach where I want to play it with you guys.
Yeah.
But, like... I don't care.
That's fine.
And it's not to talk badly on Animal Crossing. I get it.
Yep.
It's just not for me.
Oh, no.
But
I get that.
I love that you love it. I'm excited for you that there's this new game coming out.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to get it.
Okay.
Unless it's like the greatest thing of all time and you tell me I need to get it. Because I trust you.
Will happen and we'll all play it together. But don't worry about it
We'll see.
Animal Crossing, this game's going to live for like years.
Because I promise you, I watched this direct. This little snippet
was boring.
In there, it didn't interest me.
No. It didn't either. That video wouldn't make me want to play Animal Crossing. That video is for people who have already played Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I need something for a new Animal Crossing person to interest me. Like, it's never happened.
It's playing it. Unfortunately, it's playing it. Yeah. I can probably lend you my copy so that you can like try it out.
Yeah.
The first time I ever played Animal Crossing, I was visiting my cousin in Istanbul when they were living there over spring break. My spring break, but like there wasn't spring break, so they had to still go to school. I ended up getting up every morning at 5 o'clock, if not earlier, and going in and just playing this game all day.
I love your life.
Your
life is crazy.
It's bananas. I never owned it. I never owned Animal Crossing, but because he had it, like I gotta play it and fell in love with it. Even crazier.
Yeah. Xenoblade.
So Xenoblade is a game that I've wanted to play. First game came out on Wii. They re-released it on 3DS, but it was like you don't want to play an open world game on 3DS. Then they did Xenoblade Chronicles X, which is a side game on Wii U. Don't worry about that one. Switch comes out, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I'm not playing the sequel without playing the original, especially when it was kind of underwhelming. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. This was huge.
Let's go.
A lot of people are very, 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 very excited about this, including myself, because now I'm going to play it.
Because I think I remember seeing the trailer for the second one and being like, this looks kind of cool, but not quite something I want to jump into.
It's big.
Yeah, I remember.
It's a big game. The first one people say is far and away the best one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it, and if I love it so much, if I'm just like, I love this world. Because for me, it's a world, characters, lore that I get obsessed with, and I'll play and consume whatever material, like The Matrix.
Right.
I'll play the games. I'll watch the whatevers, because I just want to be part of that universe. I'm going to try out Xenoblade. We'll see what it's like. Shulk was the blonde guy in the trailer. He's in Smash. So he's got notoriety. And it was a game that I didn't want to go back and play on Wii. And so this is now an opportunity to check it out. And that was what they ended the Direct with. Once the Direct was over, they went into a Banjo specialty presentation that was 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I love you. I now know what I need to do as Banjo. I texted Tyler. I said, yeah, I'm going to master Smash now. I'm going to master Banjo.
Yeah.
Because I already know all his moves. All of his moves are from all of the games.
Uh-huh.
I know all of them.
Yeah.
just to add on to Smash, they also announced a 5.0 update coming out with a new mode. This will be the final mode added to the game. This was in previous games. Home Run Contest. One of my favorite modes.
In Smash?
In Smash.
Okay.
They introduced it into Melee.
Okay.
There's a sandbag, and you have to get its damage up.
I do remember
as
this.
high as possible.
I remember
and
this.
try to hit it with the home run bat
Yeah.
as far as you can. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And they're adding it in Ultimate. It's the perfect last edition.
It's almost crazy that it hasn't already been there. Since
didn't-
Ultimate is the ultimate version of
didn't realize.
Smash.
I didn't even realize that
Right.
it wasn't in there
Right.
until today, and I'm like, whew. The only other thing they could add to make it perfect would be break the targets
Yep.
and something the platforms, but I don't remember what that was called.
Okay.
Like land on the platforms or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like is what you
Like
had to
training
do.
stuff.
Yep, the training stuff.
Yeah.
That was a custom map for each character. There's 80 characters. I don't need 80 custom maps now, so I understand that they didn't put that in there.
Yeah.
But Home Run Derby, perfect edition. Who knows how many characters we'll have by the end of this, but Banjo's going to be in there and Kazooie. Let's go. I'm hyped.
I love it.
I feel like I haven't breathed, taken a breath for like 30, 40 minutes.
On that note, I had something I wanted to say earlier, but I kind of forgot. But I think it boils down to, if you don't follow Ethan on anything, you should.
But I don't post anything. I should start.
Then
posting
start,
stuff.
because
I do some stuff.
He is the biggest wealth of gaming knowledge I've ever experienced in my life.
It's ridiculous.
You care about the gaming world enough that you research it enough that it's all in your head to just kind of spill out. All you had were a couple of plot points here, and you came up with all that. I'm not at all downpointing it. Like, I appreciate
welcome
it.
To my, welcome to
I
my
appreciate
brain.
it. I really appreciate it. Like, I love.
That's how I
that.
feel about movies with you, and that's why it's a perfect marriage.
This is the 10th episode of the Huber Rebels podcast. I wanted to pinpoint that because, like, I believe in this show. I think that there's two worlds that you and I both care about, that we both share.
That other people out there care about too.
Sure.
And maybe they aren't able to keep up on all of this.
Yeah.
And if you're not, and you want to talk to us or listen to us,
Yeah.
then we're here to give it all to you.
Yeah.
If you have feedback, if you have suggestions, if we're not presenting it in the right way, let us know.
Let us know. At Huber Rebels on Twitter,
Instagram,
I guess Facebook,
Reddit.
Reddit.
Coming soon. Let me.
We're on
confirm
Reddit.
that. I don't think it's official yet.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You can do the Reddit.
I'll get the Reddit going.
But just interact with us. We appreciate feedback, and we want to make this thing better because we're going to keep doing this. It would be awesome if you wanted to join us. Like, we're going to do this regardless, I think, right?
Exactly.
So, if you have enjoyed, please check us out on YouTube. We have a video. We have a bonus podcast on Patreon with extra content if you like. If you are watching this on YouTube, check us out on any of your favorite podcast streaming services. But that's all we got for now. My name is Jordan.
And my name is Ethan. We are the Huber Rebels.
Until next time.
Welcome to the Rebellion.